My name is Elliot Scott. I'm from Laramie, Wyoming, and I'm a 6'1" free safety. My story begins as the third-ranked safety in Wyoming in just my sophomore year of playing varsity football in high school. I was making plays all over the field, in both the run and the pass game. In my sophomore year, I led the Laramie Plainsmen all the way to the state finals, where I would go down in the third quarter with a terrible elbow injury. And man, we went on to lose that game in overtime. I just remember the pain of watching my team on the bench in those final minutes, not being able to help them. And boy, I never want to experience that again. The injury threatened my entire playing career. When I heard the news from the team doctor, the scans said that I had a very rare and severe case of elbow bursitis. And despite physical therapy, man, my injury was not improving. I ended up needing to have surgery on my elbow to remove that inflamed bursa. The surgery went well, but it just kept me from playing for my entire junior year too. But I was determined to get back on the field and not let this injury get the best of me. I ended up having some complications too with that surgery. I had to deal with some bone spurs that just make it really hard for me to play football as explosive as I once was. Two of my best friends from high school worked with me and helped me with physical therapy to build up my strength after school. And now, it's my senior year. I missed a lot of time over the last year and a half, but I'm going to prove that I'm worthy of obtaining that D1 scholarship and fulfill my dream to play in the NFL. Since I live in Wyoming, being close to home is important to me. That's why Wyoming, Boise State, and oddly enough, Iowa State are the three schools that I really want to have as my top three schools heading into my senior year. And so now it's time for the first game of my senior season, as I'm finally back on the field for the first time in about a year and a half, as we're going to have a nice pass that was deflected by one of my teammates. And then after that, I'm helping out in the run game. It feels good to be able to be back in coverage and to be able to try to be a difference maker on this defense. It's been a while since I've been able to feel this good consistently. Unfortunately, they're going to be able to put up points on their first possession of the game, as we're just still kind of getting back into the swing of things, as we're just a little bit late on some of our cuts, as it's going to get a little bit better the longer we play. But on this next pass, they're going to throw underneath, and it's going to get picked off by one of my guys, as we're going to get a nice little return and hope we can put up some points. Unfortunately, our offense has been pretty much stone cold this entire time, as we've been just trying to do as much as we can on defense. And there's really just not a lot that we can do, as they're just completely dominating us in the pass game. On a third down, they had a little pump fake, and we tried to see if we could play it back into the end zone, and we got another interception from our defense, as we've just been playing kind of well right now. But after the motion, I figured it was going to be a run, so I ran after it and forced a bad pass that almost got intercepted. But on the toss play, we're going to see if we can go outside and get another help tackle, and we're able to bring him down for only a 2-yard gain. But on a 2nd and 8 call, it's now another run up the middle, and we're making a big stop on Isaac Hubbard. First and goal, as they're threatening again to score again, and they're going to do it, as we just can't beat them underneath. They're up 10-7 now, and we really need to get something to happen. And that was just a fantastic run stop for me, as I knew they were going to go through that left side, so I shot the gap. But we were not able to beat them, as we lose 10-7 in the first game of the season. And that's just a tough loss to be able to see them celebrating on the first game coming back from my injury. Starting off as a 1-star prospect, we got 3 tackles in our first game. But we did get an offer from Air Force. In the next game of the season, we're going to see if we can get a little bit better of an effort and try to get a couple more tackles in there. I felt a little bit sore in my elbow from the first game, just a lot more punishment than I've had to deal with for a long time. But I feel overall pretty good. On this 1st and 10, we're going to see what they have, as their quarterback is just going to run with it. And I'm going to see if I can lay a big hit on him. But that guy's definitely going to be thinking about us from now on. I'm going to try to see if we can block underneath, and they're just going to dump that off, and it gets almost intercepted by one of my guys. But on this next play, 3rd and goal, we're just going to have this thing completely locked up, and there's not much that quarterback can do. 1st and 10 then for them, as they get a field goal in their last drive, as we're going to be helping out in the run game, getting another tackle. But so far, they've been just able to run at will on us. They're going to be able to throw this thing deep, and it's a little bit over my head, but we had the safety help in cover 3. So 1st and 10 on the next possession. They're going to throw another toss play out to the outside, and my speed is going to be enough to be able to get out to that outside and make that tackle. 3rd and 9. They're going to throw a little pass. My awareness was good, but my elbow is just starting to hurt as I can't make that tackle. Coach has me out there in the punt squad to see if I can do something, as I'm able to stiff arm that guy off me, and I'm able to take this thing out to the outside, which I might be able to take all the way to the end zone. And this would be so sweet to get my first points in forever. But there's a flag, and it might have us coming all the way back. And it did. But luckily, our QB was able to lead a nice drive and score 7 points on the offense. On this next possession, they're going to throw a nice in route over the middle, and we're going to make that tackle, but it's a big gain. As they motion over their tight end to the other side, we're expecting a run. It was not a run, so they're going to see if they can try to hit us deep, but that's just underthrown, and it somehow worked out for them. Now in kickoff formation, seeing if the coach is going to trust us a little bit more in the return game, as we had a great punt return last time, but I caught a little crease, and I was almost gone. I was just not quite fast enough to be able to get there, as my stamina is just not where it needs to be yet. Just about at the halftime, expecting a Hail Mary. I don't know why we were in zone coverage, so it was 1-on-3 for me, but I get my first pick in over a year and a half, which felt so good. 1st and 10 in the 3rd quarter now. We knew it was going to be a screen pass, and we were able to get there to help get a wrap-up tackle for an assist. And on a 3rd and 8, we're up 14-6 about halfway through this game as they're just trying to start to throw in the air. As we need to see if we can get something to happen here on a 2nd and inches. It's going to be a run. They break a tackle, and we're going to wrap them up, but it's too late. They get the first. So unfortunate for us as we really need to get a stop here because we're only up by 8. 3rd and 5 as they're driving pretty good so far. We're expecting to see if they can pass it over the middle, but they don't, and they hit a perfect dot to the sideline for a 1st down. It's 1st and goal. Couldn't get a couple, so now it's 3rd and goal. And they're going to have excellent coverage. 1st and 10. Gonna toss it out to the outside, and we just can't get that tackle. Still just shaking off the rust from not playing for a while. We need to get our tackling ability better if we're going to make a big difference. But this one, we almost got an interception, and I just couldn't hold on to it. 2nd and 10. We really need to get a stop here to win this game. They're going to run to the outside, and I'm going to lay a big hit on their running back because I want to send a message that we're making this to the state championship game this year. 4th and 8 as they're going to throw this thing short, and they just pick up the 1st down. Cover 4 might not have been the right choice. But as a young player, I'm not able to change our coach's attitude as they are going to throw it, and it's going to be incomplete. So it's 3rd and 10 as they are going to drop back. And they're going to throw this to the in route. I see it coming, and I'm able to make the tackle to bring up 4th and inches, and that's going to expire the game. So we're going to get that win, and that feels so sweet, having our first win of the season. Player of the game and play of the game both goes to myself for the first time in over a year and a half, and that feels awesome to be able to come back and make a difference so early. We had 8 tackles and an interception in that game, and we got a couple more scholarship offers. We had to sit out a game because of elbow soreness. The coach put us back in here for a big week 4 matchup against Kemmerer as they're undefeated, and we're up 7-0 pretty early on in this one, and they're going to throw that thing in a perfect dead spot in between the 2 zones. And that's just so unfortunate for our defense. As they're driving down the field, and they're almost into the end zone now, as they're going to have a great run up the middle for 10 yards. They only get a field goal out of it, so we had a good defensive stand in the end. But on 1st and 10, we need to hold our lead as our offense has not been very good this year, as they're going to run that up for another 10-yard carry. On 1st and 10, they're going to run the ball again. 3rd down, we really need to help on defense as they are just going to run right up the middle. We didn't see it coming at all, and they scored a touchdown, and they are now up. They just kept going at it, and they win 24-7. Unluckily, I kind of bruised my elbow again and needed to sit out for a couple games after this, but I did get a scholarship from my dad's alma mater at Wyoming. I also had another scholarship offer from Colorado. Deion Sanders called me up and wanted me to join their team. So I had to sit out a couple games, but this is the first round of the playoffs as we ended up winning out and making it to the playoffs. But on the first play, or the second play of this drive, they went huge as I got stuck on a wide receiver and they got a massive 63-yard gain. That's just such a terrible event, but they only got a field goal out of it, which was nice. But our offense is just continuously punting as we make a nice stop there. But they're going to try a little pitch play, and we're going to read that from the get-go as they're going to lose 2. we're just making big plays right now, and we need to win this game because it's a one-loss elimination. On 2nd and 12, they're going to drop back and try to throw this thing over the middle, and they're going to make a nice pass for 16 yards. 3rd and 19, they need to do something to pick up the first down, but we're going to lay a huge hit on their running back as he's been averaging almost 11 yards per carry, so we need to get him out. And we're down 17-0 early as our offense has just been so cold this season. And I don't know, boys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this one back. But we're going to try to press up a little bit just in case they run the ball. And we're going to get a nice tackle, but it's just too little too late as we're going to end up losing that game 17-0. We ended up ending as a 2-star prospect, getting 5 tackles and 2 TFLs. Got a couple more scholarship offers. We took the one from Utah State. And here's what our recruiting board looks like. Is we're being recruited by a handful of schools. But we have scholarships from Air Force and Wyoming. But we're only going to be 1st string for Wyoming, 2nd string for Air Force. And I feel like I want to go to a school that I'm going to start right away. There's a bunch of other schools that we could walk on to play 1st string at. And some of them are decent schools, but the problem is I kind of want to stay decently close to home. Except for a friend of mine is going to Iowa State. So I could go there since they're also a 1st string as well. But this is going to be a tough decision. Because right now, having that scholarship offer is kind of a world of a difference for not having to pay for my entire 4-year education. But Boise State would also be super cool to be able to go to because I've always loved their jerseys and field since I was a kid. But I think I'm going to sleep on my decision, and I think I'm just going to have to make one here next week because that's when signing day is, and everyone's counting on me to make a decision. Today is the day. Signing day. It was a really tough decision on which school I was going to choose. I got a lot of input from my family, my teammates, and the coaching staff here at Laramie High School. But in the end, I decided to commit to the University of Iowa State. They recruited me super hard, and I really enjoyed my unofficial visit to their campus. The school has a super rich football history, but has the longest conference championship playoff drought in FBS history, without winning a single conference championship game since 1912. That's insane. I want to be one of the guys that comes in and helps to change Cyclone history. Plus, who wouldn't want to move to the state where sliced bread was first invented? Getting to see my name on the back of a Cyclone jersey for the first time was like a dream come true. I can only imagine what it'll feel like to play my first game here at Jack Trice Stadium. Unfortunately, I really wasn't able to get any of the jersey numbers that I wanted to walking onto Iowa State, so I had to kind of settle for a different number than I wanted to, but I can always change it later. Looking at my skills, I'm starting off as an 85 overall. I've got 84 speed to start off with, so not the fastest guy, but also not the slowest one in the world. Decent coverage stats with 84 man and 82 zone. 84 play rec. Jumping could definitely use some work as I only have 48 jumping, so I don't know where that came from. So the bad news is I was told that I was going to be the starter, but it looks like I'm actually going to be 2nd in the depth chart behind Will McLaughlin. So I'm going to have to beat him out for the first spot, as he's only 2 overalls higher than me, so it's not going to be that many points until I can threaten to take his spot. But this Cyclone team is quite a bit better than I thought they were, as we're somehow ranked 23rd in the nation, and we have multiple 90 overall players on this team, with a 97 overall running back named Michael Parks, who's only a sophomore. Our quarterback, Rocco, is a 91 overall as a junior. We also have a junior, Tanner Hughes, that is a 91 overall wide receiver. We have 2 90 overall tight ends, and we have this left tackle that's 6'9". On defense, we have Travion McGee, who's a 94 overall left end, and we have David Kalker, which is a 91 overall right end. We have 2 solid defensive tackles. Our linebacking core consists of an 83 overall, an 86 overall, and a 96 overall All-American J.J. John Lewis. Our corners are pretty solid as well with junior Jamison Patton, he's 87 overall, and then Jontez Williams is a sophomore at 81 overall. And then across me on the other side, we have Terrell Crosby Jr., also a junior, and he's a 91 overall. For our coach trust, we need 120 points to be able to challenge that spot for the starter. I'm quickly realizing that getting any points at all is going to be very difficult, as we only get 12 points for every tackle. We just got to ball out in practice if we're going to want to get a starter role here pretty soon. Trying to tackle a 97 overall running back is probably one of the worst things that you can possibly do as a new player. Somehow we're a 99 offense and a 95 defense. I don't really know how that happened. Boys, I am pumped for the first game of my collegiate career, and I'm going to play at home against all the with all the home fans. I just got to work my butt off if I'm going to get that starting position. I only need like 120 some points for Coach Trust to be able to challenge that guy for his first spot. So this should be a good game for us. And see if I can get some nice stats. So we're already up 7-0 in the beginning of this game against FCS Midwest. We're going to see if we can lay a big hit on this guy. That should be solid. He did not see me coming at all, and I just laid into him. And guys, this is my first snap on defense as an Iowa State Cyclone. Going in a nice little tight formation. See what they do. They're going to run with it with the quarterback, and they're just not going to get anything, as my guy is right there to make the tackle. Getting another chance to return here, as I'm just going to truck that guy, and I have actually a decent amount of space here. Am I going to be fast enough to get my first kick return? Not quite, but I got a huge return off of that. So that punt return really set us up in a great position to be able to score points and get an even bigger lead. There's another huge hit on Grant Hughes. He did not see that coming at all. See if I can make some magic with my first kick return in my career, as it just goes pretty much straight to me. And that is going to be some good space, but somehow 36 was able to get his hands on me. So that should do it. I mean, we're 35-3 up right now, so hopefully we'll start to get some reps here pretty soon, as they're going to put that second team defense in. Look at that. I might have just called it. The coach is signaling to put me in. I got to make him proud and see if I can make a play. Going to drop back on 3rd and 8, and I see he's going to throw it over the middle, and I'm just going to be a little late. That's going to make them have to punt the ball away, though, on 4th down. So we'll see if we can make something happen with our legs. So I'm going to try to back juke this guy. It's going to be a good return. Are we going to have enough to be able to take this thing to the house? I think we're going to be able to take this thing all the way for our first kick return of our career. I think the coach is finally putting me in here after we're up 54-3 here in the 4th quarter. So this will be cool to actually get some reps in. Yeah, 2 plays in a row. I think we're in for the rest of this game on defense. So let's see if we can make a big play. Because we've already had a punt return for a touchdown, which was big. And that is going to be a good tackle from us. Having so far 7 tackles in a game for our first game when we're not even starting is kind of absurd. That is a good find. And so with that, we're going to win our first game by a huge margin, as that was a fantastic game for us, as we got our first touchdown in college as a punt return. We ended with 7 total tackles, which is not bad at all for our first game. So guys, we get to be in our first position battle with Will to see if we can beat him out for the starter spot, as it's conveniently at the bye week this week, as 600 points is going to be rough. It's just not easy to get points in general in some of this, but that was almost got picked. And they're going to throw it again. We're going to throw it deep and get a nice little deflection. Oh, if you would let that go, I probably could have got a pick. Gonna see what we can do this time. And you get sacked. Gonna throw it to the side, and we're just so far away we can hardly even make a play on the ball. Gonna just continue to keep throwing the ball, or we can't get to it. I think we might have got a tackle on that one though. We ended up getting the tackle, which is awesome. And then on the next play, he's gonna drop back and just gonna scramble with it, and that just makes it so hard to get points. As they motion over one of their players, they're gonna fake the handoff and throw to the flat, and it's just so hard to get points. We're gonna end up failing the position battle, and we really need to be better next week. We had the bye week to sit out and think about that last position battle and how close we got. We just were not able to win it. And we're going to have another one this week, as we're going to be playing up against Iowa, our rivals. And I would love to be able to start this first game. So here we go. Second attempt at getting that. Going to be a deep throw and just out of bounds. Let's see what they got on the next one, is they're just going to throw it out of bounds again. When they just throw it quick out of bounds, it doesn't really help for me getting any points. We got to make sure we don't miss any of our opportunities. Everything we get needs to be completed for a tackle. And that's going to be a good tackle from us again. 250 points already. We like it. Unfortunately, it's an out-of-bounds throw. We need to get some better passes here so that we can actually get a stop. Especially even that one doesn't really even do much for us. That is just throw out of bounds. Man, 3 throws out of bounds out of our 15 is really kind of demoralizing. Why are they throwing it out of bounds every single play? Our defense is just that good, apparently. I still need to make another, 3 tackles here or make some sort of huge play. This one kind of, I feel like, was unfair. We didn't even have an opportunity to even make enough tackles. Well, this time we get to play in the rain against the Iowa Hawkeyes to see what we can do in this rivalry game. And we got to show out today because we really need to win that spot. Scoring a touchdown on our first possession is perfect to take it to them. And we'll see how Iowa can come back at us, as we're just going to lay a huge hit on Zach. So far, the coach is I feel like the coach has something against us at this point, because he's just been making our coach trust position battles real difficult so far for us, as I feel like we've been balling out so far this season. Huge hit on Zach. He did not see us coming at all. All right, we're getting to play some defense now. Our first snap against our rivals. We'll see what happens on this cover 3. So they're just going to throw that out of bounds. Getting a chance to play on defense again in the fourth quarter, as we will allow a big pass. So we're going to get our second win of the season as we knock off Iowa, and we're just climbing higher and higher and higher in the rankings. So we ended up getting 6 tackles. So we have another bye week here in week 4, so we're going to get another opportunity to see if we can steal the position away, because we have to do it at this point. We've been working so hard every single week in practice, trying to see if we can fight for that spot to become the starter. We need 650 points now. Apparently Will McLaughlin must have upgraded while we were on a bye. That is going to be... Oh, no, he broke the tackle. Stinks to try to tackle a 97 overall running back. It's not the most ideal. We've just not been getting a good break so far with these position battles. Man, I've only had one opportunity to even make a play on the ball. I feel like there's no way Will McLaughlin's getting 650 points in this. Another week we have to walk back to our dorm room, acknowledging the fact that we cannot beat out Will McLaughlin for the starting spot. I guess that's the price you pay for being a 2-star recruit. We're up to number 14 in the country, though, which is pretty awesome. Well, let's see if we can beat him this week, because we still need another 650. I feel like we're just going to have to get lucky on one of these. It's probably what it's going to be. Oh, that's unfortunate. We didn't get a pick. We need to about average 100 points per play at this point. And we will make a tackle. Huge. We got 225 for that, actually, which is quite good. And that... Oh, he broke the tackle. On the next play, they're going to throw this one deep, and... Oh! Did we drop it? Yeah, we dropped the pick. That would have been huge. We'd still have been running. A good pass breakup. We need to make a tackle. That's it. One tackle would do it. No! Are you kidding me? Oh, that's so unlucky. All we needed to do was make one more tackle in practice, and it would have been huge. But we'll be the backup again against Tulsa this week. So we end up tying it 3-3 after the field goal. And this is a low-scoring affair. Another good hit, though. Getting our first rep here on defense against Tulsa. See what we can do, as they're going to run the ball. And we are going to be there for a help tackle. 1st and 10. About midfield for Tulsa. We got to see if we can make something happen. And they're going to throw that one. Oh, that's a huge hit on Jordan Ford over the middle. Tulsa will end up scoring their first touchdown, which is not good for us, as our offense has been not doing much. We will end up driving down the field and getting our touchdown to tie the game, as it is 10-all with 1:10 seconds left in this half. That is going to be a good tackle from us again. Already racking up 4 tackles before the half, making ourselves known. And that is a great back juke. As are we going to be fast enough? I don't know if we are, but we'll get a nice return. And we will get a touchdown out of it, which is massive, as we're going to take the lead going into the half as long as we hold them out here. We're getting more and more reps on defense, which feels pretty good. And that is going to be a good change of direction for the running back, and they're going to get a nice gain. So they're going to end up going right down the field and scoring a touchdown, as it is 24-17. We're going to try to take this thing out just because we're so elusive and get a decent return out of it. The touchdown is huge for us, as that's going to put us in a great position as we start the fourth quarter. So after they punted it to us, we go down the field and score another touchdown, and that should pretty much be the nail in the coffin, I would assume, for this one. So it's going to be another tackle from us, though. I think that's our 6th tackle of the game. Yeah, we're up with 6 tackles. I mean, we've had 6+ tackles in every single game so far this season, which has been fantastic, especially for being a backup. That's going to be a great TFL. So we're going to get another win, move on to 3-0 in this season, having another 7-tackle game. All right, we got to win this position battle this week. We were so close last week and got snubbed at the end, and it just sunk so bad. as that is going to be great for us to get a tackle. We don't want to risk it and try to do a big hit on him, even though it would give us a ton more points. We just want to make sure, we get the tackle, and that's so unfortunate that we didn't get that tackle. Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite us. Can we get off this block and get the quarterback? Yes. So far, so good. Going to have a pitch man. Oh, we just couldn't get there in time. That stinks. All right, as long as we didn't lose any points for the touchdown, that's fine. But we got blocked, and there wasn't much we could do there. They're just having a lot of runs, which is generally okay. Oh, well, we weren't expecting them to break the tackle, or else we could have waited. Just thrown to the wrong side of the field for us that time. Same thing this time. There's no way we get there. So we are going to have to be the backup again against Texas, as this is just tough. The coach really wants us to work for it to get this starting spot, I'll tell you that much. So Texas is already up 7-0 super quick, as their kicker also has a leg on him. And that is going to be a good broken tackle. Breaks a second tackle, and we get 37. We're trying to give our guys a position advantage, but just still wasn't enough to get the job done. And that is going to be a great job for us to get past the block shed and get the tackle. We're actually getting to play defense in the first quarter this time, as it's normally been the second quarter when we get an opportunity to play. And that is going to be a good awareness from our outside linebacker, and we get a 3-yard loss. Our offense has really gone cold the last couple games, so we need a spark. We need something to get this team ignited again to be able to get some points on the board against Texas, because they're only 1-3 right now. They're not even playing that well. We're going to be in a position to be on defense this time in an actual solid position, 3rd and long, and they are going to end up getting sacked. We must have turned the ball over because we were not in on the punt. So it is 2nd and 5 in a rough spot, as they are going to get a nice pickup for 8. So they end up scoring another touchdown. As it is 21-0 here before half. Can we make anything happen on this return? That is probably our only hope. Our undefeated season is not looking good, as we are down by 3 scores. So we're getting another chance to be on defense. Can we make a play? They are going to be there, but we are going to get there to push them back and not get the first. 28-0 Texas. This one is a blowout, as we were just outmanned in this battle. We were not able to hold our own. Maybe this is exactly what the coach needs to see, that I can make more of a difference on defense if I was out there for more plays. So we ended up scoring a second touchdown, and we are now only down 28-14. So they're going to pick the ball up and get it back. They ended up making a field goal from far away, and we are down by a big margin again with only 2 minutes left in this one. I'm going to try to take this one out from the back of the end zone. Don't get much. But we do end up getting a touchdown down the stretch. We're only down by 10 points, but there's only a minute left. So the odds of us getting anything here are not great. Another huge hit, but that is going to be the end of it. They will have to snap it one more time, but it's just going to be a knee. And Texas is going to win it 31-21. So it's just an unfortunate loss for us. Hopefully that's enough to be able to help the coach to see the opportunity of letting us start. So we ended up getting 3 tackles in that game. So next week we'll be playing up against Texas Tech, but I mean, we really got to win this position battle sooner rather than later. We'd be just getting so unlucky with our matchups, as we just haven't had an opportunity to make even enough tackles to win the game. The loss will knock us back to number 20 in the country, but it's not too bad. Just still nothing good all season so far for upgrades. So the coach did not change his mind. We still need 650 points, so that's not ideal. And that is going to be a screen pass with not a lot of option for us there. Next play, he's going to throw this one deep. That one is caught. Wow, we got mossed. I feel like we've been somewhat around all the plays, but just haven't been able to do anything really. We just haven't really been able to get anything accomplished yet. And then they're going to run off to the left, and he's going to get leveled. And a TFL, but we're going to fail that challenge. So we're playing against Texas Tech this week, as we are just having an unlucky time getting a chance to start. That's a huge hit. What do we got to do to win the position battle? I don't know, guys. We will try and see what we can do on it, but so far it's been tough. That's a good pass but it's not going to be enough for the first. Our defense, I mean, has been pretty solid in general this season, as really that loss to Texas was the only time that we got just kind of more or less torched. But we'll see what we can do on this next opportunity. That is going to be a good juke. So we end up getting the touchdown as we were back up in front 7-0 against Texas Tech. That's going to be another huge hit. Coach is definitely allowing us to play more snaps, so we're getting more reps in there, so we got to be gaining his trust somehow. That's a huge hit on the wide receiver. Goodness. So Texas Tech scores a touchdown, and they're back to 7 points down. On 3rd and 6, they're going to drop back and throw this one deep. Oh, and it's going to be caught right in between the two deep zones. Oh, that sucks. I need to find a way to be able to get myself in the starting position, because if we feel like we could make so many more plays and be so more dominant, but we got to win that stinking position battle. We end up getting a field goal before the half to make the lead 10 points, and we also get the ball to start the half, which is solid. And that is great speed, but we get caught from behind. So the touchdown from us making it 38-14 should effectively end this thing. Most likely. It's a fumble! I think it's going to be picked up by us, as we're going to beat Texas Tech pretty badly in the end. We end up getting 6 tackles, which is good for first on our team as the backup. All right, can we win it this time? I don't even know what attempt this is. Is that going to count? Oh, that counted. Okay. Let's go. First play, immediately getting something to count. Do we get another one? Oh my goodness, we get 2 in a row. Let's get a pick or something. Let's do something fun. Oh my goodness, that tight end just went flying. Going to stay over the middle, and he's going to pull us out of our zone. Oh, we might have got that tackle. We did get the tackle, and we might get another one here. Oh, we got it. Okay, sweet. We're at 500 points. We can do this today. This is the one. Oh, we missed it. We dove too early. And he's going to throw this one deep, and... Oh, did we get that? Is that a deflection? Yeah, it is. All right, sweet. We just can't mess it up. Let's go. We won the position battle. We're now number 1 in the depth chart. Oh, that one was a close one, but we ended up pulling it out, guys. So, guys, we're playing against Baylor, and this is my first start ever as the starter in college for Iowa State, and I cannot be more pumped for this game. I can feel how nervous I was for my first start, as now I'm actually responsible for this defense and trying to see if I can become one of those team captains. They're going to try to just throw down the sideline, and he's just breaking tackles immediately. The guys in college are definitely a lot faster than the guys in high school that I'm used to playing against, and I definitely have to find ways to be able to counteract it. We got to get some chemistry. Starters on defense have changed, so chemistry's kind of starting over. They're going to have a great TFL, 4-yard loss. Great job from Jack. I'd love to make a great first impression as a starter in this game and really go off for some nice stats. So we'll see what we can do. Oh, that is going to be right in between 3 defenders, so that's not happening. So they'll end up getting the field goal and going up 3-0. And we get a touchdown very quickly, like in seconds. So this is great. We're now having the lead. We got to see if we can get them off the field. This would be a good stop. They're going to run the ball off, and it's going to be a fumble. That's a huge fumble. I don't know if it'll stand, though. It did stand, and we're going to get some points off of it. We'll get a field goal. We're now up by a 7-point lead, and that is going to be incomplete. Good hit. Just got nailed by 2 guys. Second down, we kind of expect something here. Oh, that was right in our wheelhouse. We almost predicted that. We knew the pass was going to go right across the middle there, and we were holding triangle, but a little bit too late. It's going to be a good tackle to bring up 4th down. Baylor is knocking on the door for getting some points on this drive. That is going to be a good find, but we're able to get there pretty quickly to bring them down. Coach wants me to blitz here. I feel like I'm not doing it. I feel like I'm staying out here unless it's a run. I want to be that extra guy in coverage. Oh, that's a great one-handed catch. So they're going to end up getting another field goal and making it a 10-6 game. Unfortunate that we were not able to get any points up on that possession, so they have a chance to be able to come back in this one. So my defense and we need to stand tall here. Good loss. Not sure why they always run the clock down to like no time left and then pick up a nice gain. That's going to be a find. What? How do we miss that? That's terrible. We just tried to do a safe wrap-up tackle, and apparently that was not the move, as he just completely missed, and that let them get a field goal out of it. It's going to be another screen. So far, only 2 tackles for us and 1 big play given up. Not a great first day for us, as we really need to figure out what we're doing. Expecting a run, and that's a good TFL. We like when we get put in these low zones. Works out pretty good for us. And that is going to get a sack. We saw that coming from the beginning, and we were trying to lurk that for a pick. Wow, so they must have got a pick 6 or something, because this is not good. They're in a position to tie the game, and they are going to not get it. We're going to hold them. Well, we could not score on offense, and this is putting some pressure on our defense. Out in the 0 blitz, and that is going to be a good defensive stop. But I need to make a big play here, as their quarterback's been 20 for 22, which is a really good average. And we're going to hold him down. This is a really, really big moment for us on defense, as we need to get a stop here. Our offense has been cold as of the last quarter or so, and so it would be so clutch. And that's going to be a huge play. Can we shoot through a gap? We cannot, but I think I thought they missed it for a minute, but they did make it. They picked up a 4th down conversion and scored a touchdown. And so we're up with 3 minutes left in the game and a chance to be able to make something happen. This is one of the first high-pressure situations I've been in as a starter since one of those games in high school last season. And that is going to be another short play. They have this spread offensive look, and they can go pretty quick, no huddle. That is going to be a find, and we're going to make the tackle immediately. Here's the play, guys. 4th and inches. Can we expect it to be a run? It is going to be a run. We tried to do the dive tackle to hold him out, but we just were not long enough, and they're going to pick it up. Our hope is that we'd be able to get a hand on his foot and trip him up, but we were not able to, and the drive will stay alive. It's another screen pass. Nothing doing. 2nd down and 6. I gotta do something to make a play, to make some sort of a difference. They're gonna throw it, and that's a touchdown. There's no way. That was an incredible throw. This game's going to OT. So we'll end up scoring a touchdown, which is good. See what we can do on defense. Can we make a play? Going to find the open man and get the 19-yard gain. But they subbed us out, and they get the play for the touchdown and tie it up. They're going for the field goal. Gives us an opportunity to win the game. The kick is up, and it is good. We're a touchdown away. Well, unlucky news is that we didn't score anything on triple overtime, so they only need to get a field goal to win this game. And so he's going to get no yards. I mean, could they give us an opportunity? We'll see. That is going to be perfect. They're going to get the touchdown, and that's going to end it. So an unfortunate loss as Baylor just embarrasses us at the end. There wasn't really much we could do in that OT. We had to follow that tight end over in case it was a quick pass, and just not fast enough to get back in time to the QB. Plus, all they needed was a field goal to win anyway. Ended up getting 5 tackles and a TFL for our first game as a starter. So we're no longer ranked after that last loss, which is unfortunate when we lost to Baylor. But we're back at home after another loss to Baylor, playing against Oklahoma State this time. See what we can do against them. Now, we're in an excellent position of maybe getting a safety. Trying to just be a little aggressive here, and I think I'm gonna hold him down. Huge play from me to just shoot the gap and take Ollie Gordon down. Going to run the ball off, and that is going to be a good TFL. They just keep pounding the rock down our throats right now. Time to stand tall, defense. Let's see if we can get something here. Gonna throw it short, and they will get the first. Still scoreless here, deep in the half. And that is, oh, he broke the tackle again. Got to find some skill upgrades for my tackling. Apparently 84 or whatever it is, 85, something like that. It's not enough. 3rd and 9. Gonna run with the QB again. He's gonna fumble the ball. I think they picked it back up. Yeah. The kick is up, and it is right down the middle. So Oklahoma State will take a 3-0 lead so far. It's kind of a short kick, though. Giving us maybe a chance to do something. At least it's only a 3-0 game going into the half. So we got to see what we can do on defense here. And he is fighting for so many yards. We're going to make the tackle. We need to have a QB spy or something out there because this man's just kind of eating us alive right now. And he's going to, wow, that's tough. Got burnt on that one. Should have stayed a little bit further back. I thought we were going to have enough speed there, but that was a perfect throw. This is a big, big play late here in the 3rd quarter, and that is going to be a great TFL. So we're able to go down the field and get a touchdown to make this a 1-possession game now. Oh, that's unfortunate. Everybody went for Ollie. 1st and 10. They are right on the goal line, basically. 11 yards from the end zone. 3 minutes left. The touchdown would pretty much end this game. Need a big defensive stop from us. Our defense needs to stand tall. What are they going to do? They're going to let him run right up the middle for a touchdown. That's what we're going to let him do. Oh, that stinks. The defense against the scrambling quarterbacks is just not it. 10 for 10. He has not thrown an incomplete pass in this entire game. And he probably won't, considering it's already this late. But we're going to get a nice little return potentially. And we have maybe enough speed. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, we got taken down at like the 1. Oh, we were so close. So the kick return was massive by us to set us up to get a touchdown. It's 3rd and 3. 1 timeout remaining. A draw play is an interesting call, and it's 4th and 1. They're going to have to no huddle in. Do not spike this. Okay, I was going to say. They're going to run with the QB, and he's going to pick it up. They got to no huddle and spike it. They might just play it. I would not be opposed to playing it. Gonna throw. It's caught for a touchdown. Rocco Becht just did it. Did the impossible. And that's huge. Gonna be a screen pass over to the left side of the field. Wow. So in 2 plays, they score a touchdown. And all we can do is watch the 4th down from the sideline as our offense needs to convert. They're gonna get sacked, and it's gonna end the game as we're gonna lose it. Another tough loss, 2 in a row tough losses since I started as the starter. And that's just unfortunate. We need to figure out what we got to do here on defense. Only got 4 tackles in that game, too. It was a quiet game all around for us. Well, we've lost our last 2 games, so morale's pretty down here. We're seeing if we can turn that around by playing against K-State to see what we can do against them. And that is going to be a good tackle right away for us. I'm personally loving some of these helmets with the pride stickers on the back. This has been pretty awesome to see those stickers just pile up. That's just going to be an incomplete pass. We got to have a pretty solid defense this week because we really can't go to 4 losses. That is going to be a deep throw, and it's going to get intercepted, but I think he's out of bounds. Somehow they did not overturn that, but we're just going to have a 3-and-out immediately and punt the ball away, so back on defense again. We're going to push up a little bit since we're in man coverage, and that is going to be a good play from our defense. So far, our offense has just not really figured out this K-State defense at all yet. So we'll see if we can keep holding them on defense. They are going to have nothing doing there on the wide receiver handoff. I got to try to continue to build this coach's trust. As it took us forever to finally win that position battle, and now I feel like we're behind a little bit in gaining some of his trust, as that is going to be a good find over the middle for a first down. But maybe we'll try to do a little bit more pausing in the gaps and see if that helps us with our tackling abilities. And that is going to be a good tackle for 3rd and inches, as we were able to wrap up Anthony Fries before he was able to get to the first down. So 1st and 10, we'll see them running with it again, and we're going to get a good hit and knock him down. Somehow we did not get credit for that tackle, and I'm not really sure how, because I feel like we were right there. Going to throw that thing deep to our side, and it's going to be a huge diving catch from Phillip Brooks. He just torched our corner on that side. We were almost even there to help out, too, but that's just so unfortunate. And they're going to have a read option that's just going nowhere. So after they get the field goal, it's 3-0 K-State, and we need to make a splash here on offense. And that is just what we do, as we drive all the way down the field and take the lead against our rivals K-State. We need to get this win. This would be real big for us, as we're only going to hold them for a 2-yard gain. I feel like I've been playing pretty quiet here of the last couple weeks, and I really need to step it up since becoming a starter. My stats have just not been as good as they were whenever I was the second string. Maybe my stamina is just not good enough yet for being a starter. So we're going to need to step that up and prove that we're worthy of this spot. Oh, and we're going to force a fumble. It's going to get picked up by our guys, and that's going to be a scoop and score for a touchdown. A huge play right after I just said that we need to make our name known. We just leveled this wide receiver, and he just coughed that ball up. As we saw that play coming all the way, as soon as we saw the zig route, we just made a beeline for where he was going to throw that, and we just laid a huge hit. So we just got a pretty massive amount of coach trust there, as we just took the team and put them on our backs in that one. The kick is up, and they get the field goal. It's 14-6. So after making the second field goal attempt for them, it's now an 8-point game. So we need to continue to prove that we're going to beat this team, and I just whiffed that block. Another big possession for us. We have to continue to show that we are hungry and want to win this game, so it's just another great throw. Getting our first forced fumble and help on a defensive touchdown was awesome, especially to do it against our rivals. Makes it even better. That's going to be a good find to 88 over the middle. I wish I was able to make some defensive adjustments so that I could kind of shade towards number 88 a little bit more. Well, I can only use the play calls that the coach selects since he doesn't have enough trust in me yet. And that is going to be another good find for a first down. Number 88 over here on the side, I really got to watch him for that underneath route that he's been kind of cooking us with. And that's going to be a good find to 13. He's also been playing really, really well on that left side. So they end up getting a touchdown after taking me out, and they missed the 2-point conversion. So that's good. But it's a one-possession game. Well, our offense was not able to put up points, but we were able to push them back and make them have to drive 80 yards or 79 yards for a score. But they really only need to get a field goal in this one. So that's going to be a good little find at 88 for 10 yards. I wish I was able to play some more underneath zones so I could kind of bite on those a little bit more, but we're just not able to. And that is going to be a good tackle. Back in our zone cover 3. Going to see some sort of run, and oh, he was going to break that tackle on us, I'm pretty sure. For our tackling being like in the low to mid 80s, it's just apparently not very good, even though we a pretty solid, hard-hitting player. That's going to be a throw. It's somehow caught. Oh, that's so unlucky. So they take me out, and they score a touchdown. They again miss the 2-point conversion, but we only have 2 minutes left to come back in this game. All I can do is sit and watch as we have been driving the ball down the field in just a few plays, and we're already at the 26-yard line. Our QB is just going to run with it, and he has a lot of space and speed, and he's going to get finally taken down at the 8. Run some sort of read option. They are going to just throw it out of bounds. Don't know if I like that call. I'm pretty sure our tight end was open over the middle. 4th and goal. Gonna throw it. It's knocked down. I'm just trying to go full hit stick right now because we need to draw the ball loose. It's really the only goal. If they break a tackle, they break a tackle. And that's going to be a good tackle for us. But that's going to be the last of the game, as we're going to lose another heartbreaker, as we were at the goal line too from being able to get the win. And man, after starting the season so well, we've now lost 3 straight close games, and it's just tough to watch our guys crumble like this. We ended up getting 4 tackles and 1 forced fumble. So as I left my dorm to come to practice this week, walking in the rain, I really had to sit and think long and hard about what I need to do personally to be able to help our team more to get some more wins, as I just have not been making the impact that I want to make so far as a starter. I finally won the starting role, and then I haven't been able to do too much with it. So I need to prove to the coach that he made the right decision in giving me that starting role. We cannot lose a 4th straight game. We're playing against TCU in this next week, and this is a must-win game for us because we're already down 4 losses in the season. With only a few games left, we for sure need to at least become bowl eligible. We have a 99 overall offense. We should be winning a lot. And a 95 overall defense. Like, we should have multiple wins this year and be kind of fighting for a really good bowl game. But instead, we're just floating around 500 right now. So playing against TCU, this is really a do or die matchup, as we really, really need to get a win here and get out of this slump because it's getting bad. And that is a good pass underneath. TCU's been having a decent little down year this year, though, only being 4-5, which is probably potentially going to help us. Problem is we can't be complacent. We really need to continue to play tough. I need to be on my A game this week because I do not want to have a loss. Next play on second down, he's going to run right up the middle. Good tackle. I just got a nice stand-up tackle. That's what we need. I need to play bigger. I need to play stronger and just go in there and get the guy down. Because right now, we've just been not consistently getting... And that's going to be a fumble! Great job from the DNs to get in there and get that strip sack. Sad that we only get a field goal out of it, but that's a huge momentum shifter for us. Making plays on defense, hopefully we can then spark the offense because of it. That's going to be just a quick pass to the running back who's going to get a yard, maybe. I'm not sure why I have both of my sleeves on in this game. I'm not sure if I'm just cold, but I decided to wear both apparently. And that is going to be a stand-up tackle for a TFL. We just saw that coming from a mile away. We were able to shoot the gap and get him down. We definitely need to work on getting our speed increased. Oh my goodness. He just threw a perfect dot over us. I thought we were going to be able to jump and get that interception from there, but I keep forgetting our jumping's terrible. That's tough. I feel like we're trying to be right there where the pass is going to end, but we're just not able to jump to get that interception. And that is going to be a good run from them as he's just fighting for yards and carrying the defense for an extra 10. They again take us out in the goal line and they get the touchdown. We end up getting a huge touchdown. Do not get the 2-point conversion, but it's back to a 3-point game with 20 seconds left in the half. Can we get a takeaway? And they're just going to throw that and it's almost picked. I like this play where they have me blitz because I feel like I can actually just do whatever I want to do on it. And it was almost intercepted. Oh, we saw the play coming too, and we're just not able to reach far enough for it. It stinks too that we also didn't get the tackle. We tried so hard on that play, and we were in perfect position, but just did not get it to pay off. They're going to have another option attempt, and they just get stuffed in the backfield. I need to make a big play here on this third down. We need to get the ball back and not let them get any points. They're going to throw the thing deep. Oh, wow. I didn't think we were going to get torched like that. It looked like our guy had him, but I guess I need to help him a little bit more. I'm going to need to work out hard in the offseason for trying to improve them. And that is going to be a good defensive play from us to hold him to 3rd and inches. A little faster. I think we could have had that interception. We just saw that one coming. Going to be a good tackle, but it's going to be a first. So we were not able to get anything at all on those possessions, and then we're just going to get another tackle, but man, our offense needs to get some more points on the board, as we need to get a turnover or something, or else this one is pretty much over. Going to be a great TFL from us. So they take me out, and they put us in for the 2-point conversion play, and we're going to hold them. So another big loss for us. Just an unfortunate one. We were very outmatched in this game. I think we could have won it, but we just did not have much of an offense to be able to win it. I had 7 tackles, 1 TFL, but we're going to have to be better if we're going to win some games. Well, hey, we'll take this upgrade here. 1 to our spec catch and +3 to our excel. That'll be nice for us getting there a little bit faster. Coach had a long sit-down discussion with us over the past week, telling us what we need to improve on to be better and to win these games. Telling us we need to clean up our defense, not allow the easy plays. And on offense, we need to score points. We need to do something offensively. Because right now, we've been stone cold. We've been barely scoring in the teens. And that's just not a way to win football games. So after that loss, we had the best practice we've ever had. So this week, I'm walking into one of the biggest crowds I've ever played up against at Oklahoma. And this is a huge game for us. They're ranked 13th in the country. And they're 7-2, and they're just going to make a nice move. Our tackling ability definitely needs to be cleaned up in this game, as they have been basically just really making us pay. That's going to be a good sack. 3rd down and 9, a big possession. We need to silence this crowd early, and they are going to have a great pass over the middle. can't cover everybody, and that is the unfortunate part about it. They are going to run with it and get sacked again. Wow, our defensive line has been fantastic so far. Not expecting that. Gonna throw it short underneath, and they're gonna pick up 15. Their offense has been one of the best in the country so far in this game, this season. We need to hold them to a few points to give our offense a chance to win it. And the wrap-up tackle is just not strong enough, and he bowls through it. I feel like the running back's like 5 inches shorter than me and probably 40 pounds lighter. And he's still able to just bounce off me like I'm nothing. And that is going to be a good find. They take us out and they score a touchdown. And they're up 7-0. So this is not exactly what we wanted with them getting the ball first and scoring. Their crowd is going to be crazy for our QB. But that is going to be a good return for us to start us in good position. Our goal, no deep plays in this game. If we allow a little bit more on the run game, so be it. I think I might end up boosting our tackle sliders a little bit, because this is just kind of getting a little ridiculous for how bad it is to make a tackle. I'm not going to make them worse. I'm just going to slightly boost the individual tackling of our users. So 1st and 10 then. That's going to be a good find. But they take us out again and score a touchdown. It's tough to kind of help us out, but I mean, hey, we were a low prospect. Like, the odds of us getting a good school were not that high, but I don't think Iowa State was that bad of a school. But apparently up against these other Big 12 teams, I mean, we're not it currently. 1-5 in conference play so far this season is not where we want to be. Maybe I need to work on upgrading my awareness. I've been kind of ignoring it because I didn't really know what it did with me playing as the user myself, but I almost kind of feel like the awareness is messing us up completely. I'm not sure if the awareness is making it so that we aren't able to attempt to intercept it, or that we're kind of missing our easy tackles. I feel like something's happening. This is definitely a team that's just completely overmatched for us, as they really can do whatever they want. And that's going to be a good TFL for us. Come on, guys. We got to get some momentum here. We got to get psyched up. We got to have something to think positive here on this defense. Because right now, I think it's morale-based is where our problem is. I think our morale's a little down, and we need to get back in it. And that's going to be good, getting another stop. Are we actually going to get shut out in this game? Let's hope not. Oh, either one of us would have had that pick, I think, in this one. But they're going to end up blanking us 24-0 unless they kick this field goal, but kind of be surprised if they did. Yeah, so 24-0 is our final, which is just unfortunate. We're on a rough slide right now. We'll end up having 9 tackles and 1 TFL. Alright, so it looks like we have some pretty solid upgrades available this time. So we're going to take this one here to upgrade our catching and our jumping, since we need to have this jumping way higher than 48. And then we're also going to take this one here for plan B to get our excel up to 90, which would be significantly better, also helping our agility too. Gets our overall up. So we're playing against a winless Kansas team, and this is if anything's a must-win, this is a must-win, because we cannot get embarrassed like this and lose to an 0-10 team. 2nd down and 14 after the huge TFL. We're now an impact player, which is kind of cool, unless I just haven't realized it, and we have been all along. Being a little bit faster, having some nice 90 excel now, I think is going to be pretty nice for in this one. Yeah, it seems like we're much quicker, but man, they're just going to get so many yards. And what do you know, they take us out and they score a touchdown. So they got to stop taking me out at like the 1-yard line. They're going for a field goal. Man, this is a long field goal. Maybe I'll go back to return this. There's no way they have the leg for this, right? Okay, I think they did though, but they missed to the right side. Boys, we actually scored a touchdown. We actually scored a touchdown on offense. I am so happy. It's been a hot minute since that has happened. We're going to get him wrapped up. Jalen Daniels is just on another level with his scrambling ability. He's just able to do pretty much whatever he wants to. As we're going to get a huge hit and force a fumble. It's going to be fantastic as we just jarred the ball loose from Jalen Daniels. He tried to scramble out to the left side, and we just came in and laid a huge hit on him and forced the fumble. 3rd down and 5. Wide open receiver. He breaks a tackle, and he's down to the 10. So we're right back in the same exact situation we were 5 plays ago. Just can't win. And that is going to be incomplete. I heard footsteps, and we got a good hit on him. Can we get a defensive stand and hold him out twice in a row? Gonna get a sack. There's just nobody open. 4th and goal. We're going to call a timeout to get him a little rattled. It is up, and it is good. Yeah, I don't think we're doing dive tackles much at all anymore. I think we're pretty much just going for hit 6 at this point. Because every time I do a dive, it just doesn't get us anything. Gotta be more aggressive with my tackles, I guess, and just live with it. If we miss the hit stick, we miss it. We probably weren't going to get the wrap up anyway. That's going to be a good tackle on the QB run. We have to win this game to stay in possibility for bowl eligibility. Oh, that's going to be tough. Oh, nice. I was about to lay a hit on the receiver, but we were able to get that pick, and that's huge. So unfortunate as they don't really get anything on our possession again, and we're going to have to make another defensive stop. And we are going to get the tackle. Whew. Going to run the ball with the quarterback, and we're going to lay a big hit on him. How is this 0-10 team doing this to us? That could be picked, and it is. Huge. Let's go. We drove down the field and scored a touchdown. We only have 134 yards of offense. That's terrible. Oh, and that almost got picked. 2nd down and 10. That's another big hit on Jalen Daniels. So that's just not great. And that's a good tackle. Just the pursuit angles for the whole defense. Our chemistry just must not be there yet. Because like half of us are taking the same gaps. And that's not going to work out great. I just can't be beat deep here this late for sure. I got to stay safe and play way back in my zone. They're going to fumble it. And it's going to get picked up by our team. Wow. That's a huge turn of events. We end up breaking off a huge run for a touchdown, and we're up by 11 points. This should solidify our game right here. Like, we should be okay, you would imagine. Gonna throw that thing deep. It's wide open. Absolutely wide open. So 27 seconds left in this game. Oh, that's good find. Somehow it's 3rd and inches. 4th and inches. I'm not sure how I like this call. But they're gonna run it. And we are gonna get them. It's gonna be a turnover on downs. And we are gonna win that game. Final score 21-10 as we beat Kansas. They really gave us a scare there, and I was really hoping that they weren't going to. But man, we got that finally at the end. 7 tackles, 1 TFL, and a forced fumble. So I'm able to get another nice upgrade for Mr. Clutch here for another one of my +1 jumping and some better catching. So we get to play my first snow game ever in my career against West Virginia. And this is going to be awesome. I've not had a chance to play in the snow growing up in Wyoming. We gained a nice amount of yards, but just were not able to put up points at the end of the drive, which is just unfortunate. He's going to do the read option of the middle. Oh, we thought he was going on the other side, but we'll get him wrapped up. 1st and 10. West Virginia is 10-1, ranked 14th in the country. This would be a big win for us, but we do have to get the win either way if we're going to want to become bowl eligible. 2nd down and 9. Gonna throw over the middle, and it's a huge hit on the receiver, but he holds on. Now it's 3rd down, and they are gonna throw it, and it's almost intercepted. We end up getting a nice touchdown, so we're up to 7-0, and they're gonna throw the. Oh wow, I think he had him actually open. 3rd down and 14. That is gonna be a good tackle immediately. They're starting to drive down the field. Looks like it's Wildcat, and we're gonna be there for the tackle. We noticed it was Wildcat before they even got to it, and we were able to just shoot down the gap and get the tackle. Don't like that all these guys are so far away from their assignments. Oh, and we had him on the outside too, so that was pretty well covered up. Drops back to pass on 1st down, and that is a good play. Wide open for a touchdown. There's only so much you can do as the single high safety back there. We tried to take the post over the middle, and he hit him with a corner. So you gotta think there was a turnover or something there from us that led to that score. as that's going to be an actually decent return. Are we going to be fast enough to take this thing? Almost, but a huge 75-yard return as we're inside the 30. So we end up having a good opportunity getting a field goal from the kick return by myself. And we're in a pretty good spot to be able to put up some more points here. And that's going to be a good hit. Apparently hit sticks are kind of the way. Apparently. As that's another big hit on Preston Fox. Gotta continue to try real hard. That's going to be a good find. And we're just going to level him again. 2nd down and 4. Gonna have some pretty good coverage there, and he's going to get sacked. 3rd down and 9. Oh my goodness, it's a wide open corner route. Wide open for 54 yards. The kick is up and it is good, and the game is tied at 10. 1st and goal. They're gonna dump it off to the running back who's gonna break a tackle, and I'm gonna be able to bring him down. Gonna have a good hit from us for a TFL. That's massive because he was gonna have a touchdown if we weren't over there far enough. Big 3rd down play. They're gonna drop back, and he throws to the corner. He barely overthrew that. And they're gonna make the clutch field goal, 13-10. We get another 3 and out immediately on offense, and this one's getting tough. Are we gonna be able to do it, guys? A draw play that will end in losing a yard. I gotta get my head in the game and get us the win. He's gonna hand the ball off to the outside, and I'm gonna be there. Gonna be a good tackle. They can get a field goal, but that's it. And if they're doing it, it's gotta be quick. Oh, well, or they could just take that thing to the crib. I don't know who's supposed to be on 4, but that's rough. Big 3rd and 2. I'm going to try to bait this, and he throws to the corner, and it's intercepted. Let's go. What a clutch interception. We ran the ball 3 times in a row and then punted. Well, that's about the worst play calling we could have had. Who is our offensive coordinator? I want them immediately fired. I don't know how you run 3 runs in a row in a situation like that. And it's going to cost us the our bowl game appearance and everything. That's terrible offensive coordinator play calling. I really hope we have a new one in the off season. So we're going to finish 5-7 in a very disappointing first season. We got 9 tackles and 2 TFLs. So it looks like the winner of the Heisman was Jamarian Latham. I don't think I've ever seen him win the Heisman before. We ended up winning the Jet Award, and we were 1st team All-American, and also a freshman All-American, obviously. So I just have to hang my head in shame after that first season. I mean, on the positive side, I did win the starting job, so I will be the starting free safety for the future, and that's a positive thing, but as far as everything else goes, I mean, only winning 5 games is a big letdown for us. I was really hoping to be able to be bowl eligible in our first season, but we just were not able to make that happen. So we're just going to have to play better, and we're just going to have to do what we can do, and hopefully our recruits get a little bit better in the off season. But until then, we'll see you guys in our sophomore season. Last year, I committed to the University of Iowa State. I fought long and hard to become the 1st string starter at free safety. I eventually won the position battle, but our team struggled mightily through the second half of the season. I mean, we finished with only 5 wins and weren't even bowl eligible. This year, that's going to change. I worked really hard over the offseason as a sophomore to improve. And I'm now a 92 overall. I've got 92 Excel, and my man and zone coverage has improved, and my play rec's up to a 90. My stats from last season, I ended with 70 tackles, 6 TFLs, 2 forced fumbles as well, and I ended up winning the Jet Award. I was also able to change my number to number 11, a number that I wanted to have from the beginning. I was also selected as a preseason All-American in the 1st team. We're projected to be 6th in our conference, and we need to really change that. But we have a 99 overall across the board team. As our quarterback, Rocco, is up to a 95 overall now. Michael Parks, our running back's up to a 99. And we have 2 90 overall receivers. Our tight end is also a 99 overall. And JJ is also a 99 overall right outside linebacker. Jameson Patton, our corner, just hit a 90 overall as well. And Terrell Crosby Jr. is up to a 95. So we are playing against our arch nemesis, our rivals, Iowa. See if we can beat them this year. We'll see how our team is, as we are 99s across the board, so we should be doing pretty well. But we'll see how Cade McNamara does in this offense. As on 2nd and 10, they're going to run the ball off to the side, and they're just not going anywhere on our defense. 3rd down and 9. Oh, they are going to just dump it off, and we're going to make a nice tackle, but they're going to get the first down as they were just wide open over the middle. It's nice to be able to be wearing number 11, the jersey number that we wanted to have at the beginning of last year. So hopefully we can make it work this year. And that is, oh no, he broke our tackle. Man, we needed to be more sure-handed this year. 84 was kind of eyeing me up a little bit there on that last play. I don't know what his problem is, but that's going to be a good pass completion to Zach. 1st and 10. Going to dump it off to 84, and he is going to get 5 yards. 2nd down and 5. Oh, and they're just going to throw that just underneath. I was hoping he was going to the wide receiver behind him. Come on, defense. We need to hold on strong and hold them out. It's 3rd and short. Oh, and that is going to be unfortunate. That was a good job. I thought he was going to the outside. And they always take us out of the game right as they score a touchdown. I don't know what the reasoning is for that. I mean, I'm one of their best players on defense. Gonna run the ball, and we're gonna make a tackle, but it's too late. They get the first. Here we go. We get the matchup. We get to be on Vanderbush, and they're just gonna throw that thing out of bounds. We can't let Vanderbush eye us up like that at the beginning of the game and then go off. So we need to make a big play on him. Oh, that's gonna be a great pass over the middle. So our offense is still having some struggles as we have yet to score so far in this season. We're trying to make a bigger impact this season than we did last season in just limited attempts, and that is going to be a good little tackle. Trying to be a menace pretty much all over the field if possible. We want to be one of those high impact safeties, as that is going to come up short and they're going to have to punt. 1st and 10 with like 10 seconds left in this game, and he's going to get sacked again. Are they going to have enough time? I don't think they're going to have a chance for a field goal now. They're going to have to just throw this. As they're going to throw it, they're going to get back to the receiver, and he's not going to get the touchdown. That's huge. Excellent tackle from the corner. What a great stand by our defense late in the half to keep this a one-possession game. Just amazing. They are going to hand the ball off, and that's a huge hit by us on 3rd down. Can't really complain about our defense. I mean, we've been doing pretty solid. We can't score 0 points and expect to win the game. That's kind of our actual issue. So we just scored a touchdown, and I'm pumped. We are tied. And dang, every time they run the ball like that, just right up the middle for free real estate. Our offense is literally letting us down so bad in this current game. We just need to have a somewhat competent offense. That is a deep throw, and the other safety on that side got destroyed. And so, I mean, this is huge, because now they're in a great position, and they're just going to run right up the middle and get the touchdown. That's probably going to win it for them too. I mean, it could be possible. I mean, we're only a few yards. Going to throw to the end zone. He drops it. Oh, Rocco put it in the only spot where the receiver could have got it. That's a heartbreaker, especially for a rivalry game, for our receiver to just drop the ball in the back of the end zone. Look at that. Oh, that's so unfortunate. So we're going to end up with 6 tackles. So we get to play against Toledo back at home this week, as they're 0-2, and it's time for us to try to get a win here, as we're going to get a good hit on Quinyon Mitchell. They're putting us on one-on-one against the tight end in a lot more situations this year than they have been in the past. And that is going to be a tackle, technically by us, but it was a good slide by him. He was going to get his just chin destroyed. I'm really so proud of our defense so far this year, as we've been holding teams pretty well. It's just mainly the offense that's been what's been giving us problems. And that's a good stand, as it's another punt. He's ran the ball 7 times in the first quarter. The quarterback has. Like, that's ridiculous. And that is going to be a huge tackle by us. We saw the screen. We were all over it to be able to get there in time to make that tackle. They're going to drop back to pass. And they're going to throw this one deep to the outside. And, oh my gosh, the corner overran it. That is huge for them. I like how a tackle for loss gets you 10 coach trust, but a regular tackle gets you 12. So apparently the coach is not a big fan if you get TFLs. See if we can get to our spot fast enough. That is going to be caught. We just weren't fast enough to get there. We will get the tackle. I love that they take us out and immediately get to the 5-yard line. Well, this is do or die time right here, guys. Oh, it's die time because that is wide open. So we are going to come short again. 14-7, the exact same score 2 weeks in a row. And this losing streak just continues. We have 8 tackles and 2 TFLs. And it's not going to get any easier because next week we're playing number 3 in the country, Oklahoma. What is up with the ref's face? What kind of... what is that? So now that that horrific event is over, and the ref has been escorted from the premises, it's time to play against Oklahoma. And they are just going to do a nice little wide receiver screen. 1st and 10 for Oklahoma. They are ranked number 2 in the country. And we are going to make a good tackle on them. As Jackson Arnold gets a good rush, but it's not enough. 3rd and medium for the distance. It's going to be a throw, and we're going to level that man. Oh my goodness gracious, that guy went flying. So we were just a little bit too far away from getting a field goal, apparently. So, again, we have to punt. Still looking for our first career interception. They're going to throw that thing deep. It's going to be a perfect touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Please tell me we're not going to allow, like, the teens of points in every game and lose them all because we can't score 2 touchdowns in one game. Oh, what a hit. It's kind of roughly pretty similar to where it started last year, so we need to do something. Wide open for a touchdown. Of course, Petaway again. Well, they missed the field goal, and we got a field goal out of it. So it ends up being only a 2-score game instead of a 3-score game. So that's good. They score a touchdown when they take me out, and then we immediately don't get any sort of points at all. So we ended up scoring a touchdown, but we did not get the 2-point we did not get the ball back. So that's going to end this game. So we're going to end this game with another loss. We are 0-3 to start the season. Just super unlucky for us. So that's a pretty solid upgrade here, actually, getting us up to 90 catching and 95 excel. So we need to figure out what's going wrong with this team because we need to fix it. And we need to fix it now. Because right now at 0-3, we're jeopardizing the entirety of the rest of our season if we're not going to start winning games. So we need to not only figure out what our issue is, but we also need to fix that issue immediately. Because we don't have the rest of the season to mess around. So we're playing against Oklahoma State, and we immediately scored a touchdown on offense. I mean, that's more than we've done really at all this year. Guys, we really can't go 0-4. This would be about the worst possible finding. 2nd down and 3. Gonna run with the quarterback, and we're gonna get a good tackle on him. They take me out, they score a touchdown, and then we go down the field and score a touchdown again. So I don't know why our offense has suddenly come to life, but I'm not gonna knock it. I mean, they're a 2-0 team, so it's not like they're a terrible opponent. So they'll end up getting a field goal, and at half it'll be 14-10, and they're gonna get the ball first. 2nd and 11. Can we shoot the gap? We're gonna get a stop. So we were able to capitalize on that and get a touchdown. So that is big. And we end up scoring a touchdown. Guys, I think we've scored more points in this one game than we've scored in the entire season so far. And that's a huge hit by us. Yeah, we have 392 yards of offense. What happened all of a sudden? But we are going to win the game. We're going to get our first win in so long. As we finally break this season where we haven't had a single win. And we have 8 tackles and 1 TFL. So I just bought this other upgrade. Now I have 98 Excel, which is insane. So we got the ball to start the game against TCU, and we scored a touchdown right out the gate. We're going to put some pressure on them early, especially if we can get a defensive stop. 1st and 10 for TCU as they're going to get a huge burst of speed up the middle, and he is going to take that thing all the way, isn't he? Holy, that guy's fast. Well, that is super unlucky for the first play of the game, I'll tell you that much. But that was an excellent DFL. Playing against Chance Nolan in the TCU Horned Frogs. We'll see what they can do. They are gonna throw an interception. What a play. So even though we don't score, we actually hold them off from scoring, which is even probably just as massive. That is going to be a little screen pass, and we're just going to level them. Come on, guys. Can we get another stop? Don't like being the only single high back here. Gonna have a wide open touchdown. But apparently we scored a huge touchdown in like 6 plays, so that's nice. Our offense has definitely come to life the second half of the season. Our offense has really come to life after the coach talked to us about 2 weeks ago. And that is going to be a good pitch and catch for 18. So they get the field goal, and then right after that, we drive down and get another field goal to keep it a 7-point game. 3rd down and 11. Let's see if they can pick up the first. They're gonna do it. Gotta run back to the line of scrimmage. They're gonna run with it, and we are gonna level that man. We want to let him run the ball. Oh, it was right in our zone. That's so unlucky. We had so many guys in our zone. So they tie it up, and that is just so unlucky. We cover the first 2 guys in our zone perfectly, and then the third one is the one that burns us for the touchdown. After the punt, it enables us to go down the field and score a touchdown, which is going to put us in a great position to be able to lead this game. 2nd down and 1. Gonna make the tackle, but not fast enough to keep him from the first. They take us out for a little bit and get all the way to the 2, so that's great. And that is a wide open touchdown run. So they score a field goal, and we go down the field and score a touchdown. So we are up with 3 minutes left in this game. And that's a huge hit by us. That should be 10. So we could not run the clock out. And there's 44 seconds left in this game. And not give up something big. Oh, and that is just a perfect throw. Drops back, and they're going to throw a quick one over the middle. Huge hit on the underneath route. 13 seconds in this game. They are gonna make a great pitch and catch. The last play of the game is right now. And it is incomplete. Incomplete, or did he catch that? Incomplete. Oh, I thought for a minute he caught that. But that is going to be our win, as we are going to beat TCU, and we have a 2-game win streak right now. We ended up having 12 tackles in that game. So in this next game, we are playing against Auburn, as we're on a short little 2-game win streak, and we'll see if we can keep that thing moving in this next game. Is going to be a speedy Damari Alston, as he was flying. We're going to run the option, and he is going to get leveled. They are going for it. 4th down. And we knew it was a run, and he's not going to get it. That's pretty much a last possession drive for Auburn of the half. And we are going to get that tackle. They're not going anywhere. 2nd and 10. 41 seconds left. We are going to get the tackle. It's 3rd and 10 again. And that is a sack. So they will end up getting a field goal out of it. So excellent job by our defense to hold them to only field goals. So we will drive down the field, score the touchdown, but miss the extra point. Gonna drop back. Throws over the middle. And it's almost intercepted. So we'll end up scoring a touchdown to go up with 3.5 minutes left in this game. Gonna drop back and throw to the left. And he's going to get nailed. Whew, they took me out of the game, and then the offense had a possession, and then they couldn't score, and so now we're back. But with 1 minute and 32 seconds now for them to drive. These have been some real close games as of late. Gonna throw, it's wide open for the touchdown. I don't know who was supposed to be on him, but he was completely wide open. There's only 1 second left. They're not even going to get it off. They even had a timeout. unbelievable. They had a timeout where they could have kicked a field goal to win the game, and instead they go to overtime, and on offense, we turn the ball over on the first one. So all Auburn has to do is kick a field goal, and they win this game. And they are going to win the game in overtime. Completely mismanaged offensive possession by our coordinator, and that's terrible. Those are the tough ones to swallow. We get 8 tackles in 1 TFL. So we're playing Baylor this week, and we need to get a win as we just lost another one, and we're down to 2-4 this season. We need to fix this now. 2nd down and 14, and we're going to get a huge hit on the running back trying to run that draw. So they ended up missing the field goal, which is huge. That drive took off a lot of time and didn't get any points for it. And that is going to be a good tackle from us, as that was an open field one right there. He could have had a lot of yards. He's going to scramble out of the pocket, and he's going to get nailed, and he's going to fumble the football. And we're going to pick it up. So after we pick up the fumble, we go down the field and score a touchdown. So we're up 14-0 here in this game. I need to do something big here. It's going to be good. Defense, can we get the tackle? He misses the tackle, and he runs in for a touchdown. Wow, our linebacker missed. That is super unlucky as they scored right before the half, and they get the ball to start. That's tough. I feel like I'm starting to finally settle in as a guy who's making tackles all over the field. And that's just what I wanted to be doing from the beginning. I've been pretty much around the action on just about every play. 3rd down and 5. That is going to be a fumble. That might be a scoop and score. Got a legit chance. Just don't want to get clipping. And he's going to take it all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. And that's massive. Somehow we're still being beat out in yards, which is kind of nuts for us to be up 28-10 and they're outgaining us. 1st and goal. I got to make a play to get a stop. And, he's just barely going to get that past me. I came in to help out because the linebacker that was supposed to be on him was nowhere near where he was supposed to be. We're just a little too slow. We could have taken that to the house. So they sub us out. Baylor scores a touchdown, gets a 2-point conversion, and then we drive down the field and score a touchdown immediately. So, not terrible. Well, guys, it looks like we're probably going to get our 3rd win of the season, which is great. And that's a huge hit on Dominic Richardson. Jeez. That's our 12th tackle of the game, tying our career high and our season high. We just need one more. So 1st and goal. Can we do something here? Oh, it's a perfect pass. They score a touchdown, but we do end up getting our 13th tackle, so we break our career high. So that's an awesome game for us. And we will end up getting our 3rd win. So we are on the mend here. We need to keep this up. But 13 tackles in 1 TFL is a pretty solid game for a free safety. So in the following week, I'm able to find this upgrade to increase my jumping by 3. So we're playing against Texas. This is a massive game for us. I need to show up big as I had a new career high in tackles in the last game, and I need to continue to do that as I get my 1st tackle on my 1st snap this time. If we are going to make it to a playoff game or make it to a bowl game, we're going to have to do something. And what? How did he get out of that? That's insane. Quinn Ewers just dominated us there. And they're going to have a direct wide receiver handoff. Now I'm just going to make a fantastic TFL as I just saw that coming from a mile away. They're going to run the ball up the middle, and I'm going to make a great open field tackle. That was like the Oklahoma drill there. Tackling CJ Baxter in the open field is not an easy task, as this guy is elusive and hard to take down. They're going to try me, and I'm going to knock it down, as there is no way. I feel like the skin tones on some of these Texas players are a little bit off. Xavier Worthy, Quinn Ewers, I kind of don't feel like that's an accurate skin tone on them. Oh my goodness, this guy just knows how to run the ball. A little cover 4 at the 20-yard line. That's an interesting call. And I'm going to get there and get that TFL. We just flew in from the deep blue zone in cover 4 and got a 2-yard loss. The kick is up, and it is good. It's 1st and goal. They are threatening right now to try to see about putting up some points on the board, and we're going to make a quick tackle. It stinks that they take us out. They always take us out right before they score a touchdown. And so we were so close to. We drove down the field and ended up turning the ball over right here, not punting it. But Quinn Ewers is doing a good job of, making route combos to get people open. Oh, he fights his way into the end zone. I think somebody else helped him get there. One of our defenders, because I think I would have stopped him. We just got a big touchdown play, and there's still 3 minutes left, so there is a chance, but we need a quick 3 and out here. Double-digit tackles again. Is that, 3 straight games? It's at least 2 straight games. I don't remember if it's 3 or not. That's going to be a good tackle, 2nd and inches. This is the biggest play on defense right now. A stop right here gives us a chance. They're going to try us, and it's almost intercepted. We got to get a chunk here. You got to try to get like 20-something yards here. And don't get tackled in bounds. Thank you. 6 seconds. It's pretty much the last play of the game. Gonna have to chuck this thing deep and hope for the best. He gets the throw off well, and it's gonna be caught for a touchdown. Gonna throw it nice. Good. That's a really good play. Oh, he almost got into. Oh, no. It wasn't them on offense first. It was us on offense first, and we must have thrown an interception or fumbled on the first play. So, perfect. All right, well, that sucks. We lost that one. We had 12 tackles and 2 TFLs, which is a pretty solid game. So this week we're playing Texas Tech. They're ranked 20th in the country, and we're up 7-0 on them. And we really need to win out. Like, to be serious, we really need to just win out. Because we cannot have another 6-loss season. We got to become bowl eligible this time. And that is a great pitch. How did he get that off? 1st and goal for Texas Tech. It's 7-3. What's going to happen? They're going to throw it into like quadruple coverage. He gets into the end zone. What a play from Henry. He just, man, their tight end just put them on his back and carried us into the end zone. But we will answer and get our own touchdown, so we're back up 14-10. Man, that is a great play from us. Jump in there and hit him hard right as he touches the ball to force the incompletion. So they take us out for a little bit. They drive down the field and get into the red zone with less than a minute left. Run the ball, and he's going to fight his way into the end zone. That's unfortunate. But we win that game 35-17, so getting our 4th win of the season. Can we keep it up? We only have a few games left to hit to 6 wins to get to a bowl game. We only had 3 tackles, though. That was kind of a quiet game for us. So we're playing West Virginia in a rematch game as they beat us in a close matchup last time. We're going to see if we can do something different this time and get the win, as we're up 7-0 early. Coach has officially named us a team captain, so that's super awesome. We can now change some of the plays in the game if we don't like it. We cannot audible yet. That would be the next upgrade, but right now we can at least change the play before we accept it. So Coach is trusting us a little bit more for that kind of stuff, and we will make a great play on the runner as we were able to shed that block and get the nice hit. 3rd down and 1. We expect a run, and that's just tough. Oh, he breaks the tackle too. He might be gone. Unless 23 can catch him. Wow, that's rough. 68 yards. I don't know where the safety on that side was. So after the huge pass pickup, they are right on the goal line. They're going to run the ball with a QB, and he's going to walk straight into the end zone. So we do answer again, but West Virginia did end up missing that field goal, which is kind of, or not field goal, but extra point, which is kind of crazy. So we're up 21-13. 2nd down and 9. Going to take a huge shot on the QB, too. We just ran straight in there and laid him out. We need to get a stop here. This is not what you want to see at all. And they are going to run with it, and we are going to get him down. Don't know if we like this call for this situation. Going to throw it to a wide open receiver in the back of the end zone. Wow. They are slowly driving down the field, and they are all the way back into the red zone. Good tackle. Got to do something to hold them out. Oh, what a throw up over top of everybody. Going for 2 points to see if they can tie this game. Wow, wide open with a fantastic catch. Right now, we cannot buy a stop on this team right now as they are just running through us. It's going to be a big hit. 3rd and inches. Gonna run with the QB, and he gets in. He just wanted it more. This is rough. We were up by 18 points, and now we're down by 7 as they are demolishing us as of late. There's just nothing we can do offensively. So more often than not, we always find ourselves in this situation. I'm going to try to get a good hit on him, and we will get a gang tackle down for 9-yard gain. And that is going to be a pick 6. Oh my gosh, what a play. Insane from the defense as we did what we needed to do. Why is that guy completely wide open? So they just got beat deep, and it's 42-42, a tie game. As we have not allowed this many points on defense in a minute. Pumping up the crowd. Get them ready for it. Gonna throw it, and he gets the touchdown. The camera moved right as I hit dive. Would you look at that, though? We tie the game anyway, as this has just been a bad game for us defensively, bad game for me as a player. This is probably one of the worst games in my career, and one of the ones that I'm going to want to forget. They need about 40 yards or so to get into field goal range with all their timeouts. And apparently, they just ran the clock out and took it to OT. So we score on the first play on OT, and we have an opportunity to win this game. And he breaks the tackle. Jeez. We've lost so many overtime games. Let's not have it be one more. Going to try to throw it short, and they're gonna get the first. Great job stretching the ball forward. Oh, that's just so unlucky. They sub me out and score a touchdown. I want to know what the DC is doing here with subbing out their best safety, basically, every single time they get into the red zone. 3rd and 1. And that is going to be a gang tackle. We're going to get him down. It's 4th and 4. I don't know why they always sub us out, but they got a field goal, but we will get a touchdown on the next play, and we will win the game in OT, which is huge for us as we're back to 500. But that was such a scary game, and that was one of the worst games of my entire career, as we had 9 tackles and 1 TFL. There's another great upgrade in the store now for increasing our agility and our jumping. So we have 2 chances to become bowl eligible, playing against Kansas and then K-State next week. The more reasonable to win, probably this one, since K-State is technically ranked 5th in the country right now somehow. But we have to play against Jalen Daniels in this one, so really neither of them are ideal. Oh, and that is going to be a good play. 2nd down and 6. Gonna throw a quick little screen pass over, and we're gonna pick up the football. Yes, we get the takeaway. Our first fumble recovery. Naturally, they take us out in the red zone, and they score a touchdown. I feel like that's not been working out for you, for the DC. Like, every single time they take us out, they score a touchdown. If they would just not take us out, maybe they'd score those touchdowns. But I don't know how many seasons it's gonna take for him to recognize that. I don't know who he's putting in instead of me. So they sub us out of the game. Kansas scores a touchdown, but then we also go back down the field and score one of our own. They got to be pretty much right on for field goal range or close to at this point. They're going to run with their QB. And I'm going to lay him out hard. They're going to go for it here. Really one of their only chances to do much. He's going to knock it there in time. They end up getting a field goal out of that. That's super unlucky. Literally 1 second they got down. They were not able to get any points off of it. We end up punting as well. And they're going to basically start to redo that all over again. And that is going to be a great stand-up TFL from us, as we just saw that coming. This is a big 4th and 9. They need to convert if they want to keep this drive alive. And they're going to drop it, and it's a turnover. So we'll end up getting this win, and that is another big one for us as we're back over 500 at 6 and 5. Really ended up having a pretty solid day here. 12 tackles, 2 TFLs, a sack, and a fumble recovery. So guys, it's all coming down to this game. We're playing against K-State. They're ranked 20th, and they're 8 and 3. But if you're looking at our conference standings, we are 2nd in the Big 12. So we are in a position right now to play in the conference championship, which is something we haven't done in like 100 years. So we need to beat Kansas State because we have a 6-2 conference record over their 5-3 record. So if we beat them, we are a lock as the last game of the season to be able to be in this conference championship, and that would be fantastic. Our biggest problem is going to be they have a 5'5", 170 running back named Trayshawn Ward, who's a 99 overall, and we're going to have to stop him because he's number 1 in the Heisman. I can't believe we just drove all the way down the field against K-State to turn the ball over in the red zone. You just can't be doing that, guys. That's just so unlucky. Now they're just sending significantly even more heat at him this time. It's a 0-man blitz on 3rd down. Gonna get sacked. That's huge. Our defense is showing up. And we turn the ball over in the red zone for the 2nd consecutive possession. Oh my goodness. That is going to be great to take him down. So after our 3rd trip to the red zone, we finally get points. We're up 7-0. K-State is going to have it here, and they're going to end up running with it. And that's going to be a fumble. So 3 and out at a punt after we got the ball back. K-State will have the offensive possession again. And that's a good play action. He's going to break multiple tackles, though. Wow. 4th down and inches. They're trying to go for it, and they're going to get stood up. It's a turnover on downs. 3rd and 16. I'm going to see if we can change our play to just some regular cover 3 here instead of a blitz, because I don't want to be being beat. That is a throw deep, and it's going to be caught, but not enough for the first. They want to send him again. I think it's worth doing it this time because they're so close. They are going to pick it up. Wow. Be nice to see if we could pinch the line or something here, but doesn't really look like it right now. Open receiver. They had 2 defenders in that area, and neither of them played close enough. So when it matters the most, we get a 3 and out. And it's going to be up to us again to do something. And that's a big sack. Gonna throw it, and it's gonna get intercepted. That could be a big pick 6. And it's gonna be our first ever interception, and it's an interception return for a touchdown. To clutch the game, we did what we needed to do, and we stole the game with that interception return for a touchdown. And so that is huge. We didn't necessarily seal it yet, but we just made it significantly harder. They still have all their timeouts. Surprisingly, haven't really even been thinking about it yet, looks like. And I'm just going to lay a huge hit on the quarterback. Oh my goodness. We sent him to another realm. They took us out in the red zone and they scored a touchdown. So we're going to overtime. I mean, the only reason we're even in overtime is because of our pick 6. So going to run with it with the quarterback again, and he's going to pick up 6. Guys, we got to stop this quarterback scramble. I mean, we can't be losing because of this. We need to win this game to be able to have a chance to play a bowl game, a conference championship. Great TFL. The field goal was blocked. What a play. We just need a field goal to win the game. And we're going to throw that over to the tight end, over the middle. Please, guys, just kick the field goal. Field goal away from the win. The snap, the kick, it's up. It is good. And we are going to win this game, beating another ranked team in K-State. Play of the game, this pick 6 sent the fans into a frenzy as we're going to knock off number 20 K-State. As we ended up having 6 tackles and an interception return for a touchdown. So I guess either I don't watch a lot of Big 12 football, but there's no conference championship this week apparently because we're on a bye. And if I look at the top 25 polls, Oklahoma is in the Big 12, and they have it says this week there's no game. So you would assume they would be in a conference championship if they were. So you guys are going to have to let me know in the comments what happened to the Big 12 Conference Championship. Did it never exist? Am I just dumb? Let me know. But Traylon Smith from UTSA wins the Heisman. Man, from UTSA, I don't think I've ever seen that. That's crazy, actually. And oh snap, we're playing against Michigan for our bowl game. So, boys, we made it to the Cotton Bowl, playing against number 13 Michigan. Can we get a win? This is quite the bowl game, though, for our first bowl game. Jeez. But we're up 7-0 already here pretty early on. So we'll see how this goes. But that is pretty nice. Oh, that's nice and wide open. So we got to go against Blake Corum, so that's great. Their team really is just stacked with talent. So after they score on their next possession, it's a tie game. 3rd down and 7. Oh, it's wide open to Blake Corum, and we're going to level him, but he gets the first. We were hoping he was going to fumble the football there when he wasn't looking. Wide open. And we just threw a pick, and they're right on the goal line again. This is not ideal. Ooh, that was close. And every single time they take us out of the game, they score a touchdown immediately. But at least we answered this time, so that's good. The amount of turnovers that we have on offense is killing me. It's hard to play in these conditions. It just seems like Michigan came to play today, and our team did not right now. So I'm going to need to do something to start changing the momentum. Another 3 and out. So it's 1st and 10. Michigan's going to see if they can try to put up some points. Oh, that is on the money. So we're down 30-14 after all these field goals right now. And that is going to be a great catch. We hit him the second he touched that ball. But we're going to have to do something specifically here. Great tackle for a loss. 3 TFLs in this game. That's our new career high. Well, we're going to end up getting a touchdown. That is big. So we get a touchdown after Michigan gets the field goal, and there's 2.5 minutes left. We're still down by 9. Chipping away at it, basically. And going to help get a gang tackle on Corum. Pretty much expecting run on basically every play here. Just putting big hits only on basically right now. And that's a big hit on him. Our 4th TFL of the game. We've been an animal in this game. And another big hit. Here it is. They scored a touchdown. It's the onside kick. And it is recovered by Michigan. He gets hit hard, but he's going to hold on. So this one is going to be a heartbreaking loss, as there's really nothing we can do at this point but just sit and watch it hit 0, as that is the last snap they're going to have to take. And dang, we were so close. Michigan is a real good school, and the fact that we played toe-to-toe with them is a really, really encouraging thing to see. So next year, I have some pretty high hopes for us, but it is very bittersweet to see Michigan walking out there with all that confetti at the end of the game. We had 10 tackles, 4 TFLs, and a sack. But hey, 7-6 for the end of the year. It's a decent upgrade from our first one, where we only had a handful of wins, so we got a little bit better. I think we're going to continue to improve even into our junior year. It looks like at the end of this season, I had a decent upgrade in my tackles. I went from 70 to 107 and had 14 TFLs instead of 6. Also including 2 sacks, an interception, a defensive touchdown with that pick 6, and had my first pass deflection. In this year, Oklahoma knocked off SMU 33-31 in the national championship game. And we were rated as another All-American for the first team for the second year in a row. And for the second year in a row, we were All NCAA first team All-American. It's my junior year, and I am hungry for a big season. Last year, I helped push Iowa State to their first bowl game since I joined the roster 2 years ago. But we barely lost to Michigan, and I just haven't slept well since. This year is my revenge season. We really came on strong through the second half of that last season, posting multiple double-digit tackle games and getting our first pick 6. I'm now a 99 overall. My speed's up to an 86, excels a 99, and my coverage stats are crazy. I was once again voted to be a first-team preseason All-American. Problem is, our team got significantly worse, as Rocco Becht is no longer on the team anymore, as we're starting Carson Hansen at an 86 overall at quarterback. We still have Michael Parks at 99 overall, and we still have David Culker at a 99 overall right end, and Anthony Cunningham Jr. at a 94 overall D tackle. Jontez Williams, our corner, is up to a 90 overall. Now we're going to take a little bit of a step backward with Cooper Ebel at an 84 overall for strong safety. With that being said, we're predicted to be third in our conference. We're a 95 overall with a 97 offense and a 93 defense, but we are ranked 24th in the country to start the season. We're just trying to gain more and more coach trust so we can become a crowd favorite and be able to audible some plays at home. And so there's a huge upgrade available for hit power, tackling, and agility. So the first game of the season, we're playing against Toledo, and we need to have a good year this year. Let's do it. First game of the season, we're playing against Toledo, and this is our make or break season here. Junior year. They're going to run with the QB and get a few. 3rd down and 7. Going to make a nice play. They're driving their way right down the field on us right now. We need to make a stop quick. That is just a good pitch and catch for 9 yards. And they're going to hand the ball off, and we are going to get a huge hit on the running back. Not sure how much I like this call on 1st and goal. Make it a little bit tough to... Oh, and our guy just missed him. Man, we end up turning the ball over as we get pretty close to scoring. But just not today, as that's almost picked. 2nd down and 8, and they're going to hand the ball off to the running back again, and we're going to hit him hard again. Man, he's taking some punishment today. So we end up getting a field goal on the next possession, and they're going to throw that thing deep. 19-yard gain, wow. So they take me out for a few plays, and they're all of a sudden on the goal line. Not ideal. Going to run with their QB, and he's going to get hit hard. They're going to drop back, and it's going to be a screen. And we're going to get the stop on the screen, 4th and inches. A huge tackle by us. So we end up getting a 3 and out immediately. And we're back on defense again. Going to run the ball on 1st down, and they're going to go out wide, and I'm going to be there to make the tackle. 2nd down and 1, and they're going to run with it. The QB, and we're going to push them out of bounds. They have just pretty much been running it at will on us so far in this game. 2nd down. Gonna make a big tackle. So our drive stalls out, and we're going to have to punt it away. Unfortunate. We really just can't buy any points against this Toledo team. What a play with that screen. This is a pretty big play for Toledo. If they get the 1st down, they can really put a lot of pressure on us. We need to get a stop, but ideally we get like a sack or a TFL or something because we don't want them to be in field goal range. They're just going to get tripped up and lose yards. So we will end up going all the way down the field and getting a touchdown to trim this lead back to 3 points here late. And that's going to be thrown directly to the corner. Is going to break a tackle. This could be, I don't think it's going to be a pick 6, but it's going to be close. What a play. So that was absolutely massive from TJ Tampa to take that pick and get us a touchdown with it on offense and a few plays later. So we have a shot. They always take us out and then they get to the goal line. That's just what happens every single time they sub us out. That is just not what you want to see. And we are going to make the big tackle. It was only us. Don't know if I like this blitz unless it's a run. If it's a run, it would be fine. It's going to be the back of the end zone, and he's got the touchdown. Our corner got torched. 2nd timeout is called. We need to be pretty close since our kicker is pretty young. I think he's only a 73 overall. We need to be pretty close to make our field goal. That's a deep throw. It's wide open to the end zone. And it's huge. And so after the touchdown, 9 seconds is all that's left. And that was such a weird decision to run with a QB. 5 seconds left. They're going to just chuck this thing deep. And it is going to be intercepted off the tip. Great catch. And we're going to seal that win. That's huge from our quarterback, actually. Carson Hansen was a dog leading our team down the field for that game-winning drive. Something Rocco Becht could not do the whole time he was here. We had 8 tackles. So with this next upgrade in the store, we actually found a speed upgrade. So we're getting just a little bit better every week. So it's time for our rematch against Iowa. They're 1-0, and so are we. Up to number 22 in the country for us. We're getting a chance to play against Vanderbush again, so we are excited about that. As they, oh my goodness, on the first play from scrimmage, they might take that thing the distance. It's going to be gone. Alex Wick, 73 yards. So we got tripped up. So that was about the worst start that we could possibly have had. But luckily, we were able to go down the field and even it up. But we're just going to go in there and get that tackle this time. Loving these all-black jerseys. They're just like the best jerseys that they have right now. They look so clean. We see number 84, Vanderbush. Last year, he was eyeing us up pretty hard after one of the plays, and it's been kind of a rivalry ever since for us, too. And McNamara is going to drop back. And that is going to be intercepted. We were able to pick off the quarterback. We got Cade back as we get our first interception of the season. We were just able to read the QB's eyes and jump that route over the middle. So unfortunately, we don't get anything out of that. It kind of just stinks, really. But we are going to get a huge TFL, though. They're going to run the ball off on first down. Huge hit on the running back. Jeez, we just leveled that man. Starting to drive down the field a little bit. And we're going to get a huge hit. Again, another TFL. 3rd and 1. Probably expecting either a run or a short pass. It's going to be a run, and we are going to get the stop. Just the 8th complete pass so far for Cade McNamara. They've been really just running the ball a lot. And we're going to get another tackle, but they do get the first. They took me out for quite a few plays. They ended up getting a field goal out of it, and then we did not do anything on offense. So we are back to making another tackle on our first play. Kind of been all over today, but it's been tough offensively for us to score points. Big hit again. They tried to run that off, and we've had 3 straight tackles. Tackling is just so much better this year for me than it was the first year and a half. It was so rough, and they're going to drop it off and get the first. Wow. It is 3rd and inches as they are driving down the field right now. We can probably expect it to be a handoff, and we're going to get there. Oh, but he stretches and gets the first. It was a 0-yard gain. Zach Lovett having himself a day. 3 TFLs and a sack. That's so unlucky. We didn't even animate. Our jumping is terrible. And of all people, it was Cale Vanderbush. That's just salt in the wounds right there. That's probably going to make us lose this game. And that's a big hit. We just shot the gap and leveled that man. That is our 14th tackle. That is our career high in tackles. Well, they're going to have to do one play here. And I'll just level the running back one more time to get another tackle. But that's going to end that game. That just sucks. As I think we kind of lost that one for us. Whenever we were in a great position, we just didn't animate to get that interception. We had such a good day, though. Other than that, had a total of 15 tackles, 2 assisted, 2 TFLs, and a pick. Found another jumping upgrade. So we're playing Oklahoma this week, and we immediately turned the ball over on the first play, so that's always good. And that's going to be a sack. All right. You guys have to let me know. Do I look like DK Metcalf in this? Like, if I was number 14, I feel like we'd look pretty similar. Type DK in the comments if you agree. Oklahoma won the college football national championship last year. This would be an awesome team to upset. That is going to be a fumble. We're going to force the fumble on the kickoff. So that's huge. As our quarterback had a 71-yard touchdown. We scored, kicked the ball off, and then immediately forced a fumble on the kickoff and went up 14-6. So, I mean, that's a crazy turn of events. Being down 6-0 to now all of a sudden being up by 8. And we're going to get a nice little gang tackle there. And, oh, okay, he just ran us over there. And they take us out. I wish I could tell that defensive coordinator, don't even think about taking us out, ever, in the red zone. Oh, he didn't get it. Oh, how do we not get that? This is just about the worst thing I've ever seen. Look at this pass. How do we not pick this? Right through our hands. Oh my goodness. That should have been going to the crib. That should have been a pick 6. We have like 96 catching too. Like there's no way that should happen. Make a good tackle though. We're kind of a tackle machine this season. I think we already have 30 tackles so far this year, and this is our 3rd game now. Well, they'll end up getting a field goal and we'll get a 3 and out. And that, oh, okay, good. I'm like, make the tackle. Perfect. It's a 3-yard loss. So we will not score anything and we will punt, but we still have a lead, and we got them in a pretty good position on that punt too. And that is so close to almost getting that pick again. We've been so close on so many plays. This has been such a defensive game lately. And that is going to be another play. We were just another step or two late. I mean, we've been playing probably the last 3 weeks of our season. We've been playing probably the best football of our career and going to make another good open field tackle. So we have 15 tackles at the beginning of the fourth quarter. And we're almost going to get another pick as they tried to throw that screen and we were right there. So they ended up missing the field goal and then we drive down the field and score a touchdown. So that's big. We're up by 9, 4.5 minutes left in this game. Gonna have a good throw and catch. Keeping that clock moving. 3rd and 11. Gonna play pretty far back. They're gonna find room there? Wow. What a throw. So that was insane. They end up scoring a touchdown. And I mean, there's only 15 seconds left in the game. They're only down by 2. That's gonna be a pitch and catch for a few. Come on, guys. We need to hold tight. Gonna drop back and throw it deep. And it's almost intercepted. Just 6 seconds left in this game. And it is going to be knocked down, incomplete. I hammer the receiver on top of it. And we're going to come away with the upset, knocking off number 2 Oklahoma. As I had one of the best days of my life in this game, having a career day. Got 16 tackles, a TFL, a forced fumble, and was just an animal all over the field. And we're going to have another upgrade for speed, up to 98 catching now. And last week after beating Oklahoma, we got our first ever player of the week for our conference. So I think this is one of our first games that we're ranked and playing against another ranked opponent in West Virginia, ranked at number 24 in the country. And we're just going to lay a big hit on Jeremiah Aaron right away. I feel like they're going to run it on 4th and 2. I kind of want to cheat up a little bit, but I don't want to get embarrassed either. They did not. But they're going to throw it, and it's a good play for the first down pickup. They're going to drop back and throw that one over the middle. And that's going to be great instinct by us, but they're going to pick up that first. And for some reason, they took us out again, and they scored a touchdown, as you would expect. Whenever you take out your 99 overall safety. That's pretty much been our beef with the defensive coordinator since we got here, is that he just seems to take us out in big situations, and I just don't know why. And wow, they sub us out again, and it's 14-0, boys. We have 11 yards of total offense. That is not what you want to see. A huge hit on Justin Johnson Jr., though. They're up 21-0, as we're getting spanked out here. So we're going to end up getting embarrassed 33-7 in this game. Just never close. End up getting 8 tackles. Playing against Air Force this week, it's going to be a big rebound game for us after that last loss to West Virginia. We're going to need to get a win on this one. Should be an opportunity to get tons of TFLs in this, as they're a big run team. So we go up 7-0 pretty early on. It's a big lead to start, and we're going to get the nice tackle. Got tons of guys in the backfield, expecting some sort of run. And we are going to be all over it. 2nd down and 17. They're going to run this ball off to the side, and we're going to be there for the stop. So no points on our next possession. See what they do as Air Force comes back out on offense. Going to get the pitch, and we're going to get the stop. So we end up putting up some points before the half, and puts us in a pretty decent spot right now, as we are going to get a good hit on the quarterback too. They only have 45 yards of total offense here at the half. And that is going to be just a dump off, not much. They're going to drop back on 3rd and long. And they're going to throw this one over the middle. And we are going to get the stop. I mean, ball game might not be over if we can't put them away. So we had a full drive and just didn't get any points. And we are going to make a tackle on the QB. And we are going to get that win. I add another one to the win column as we're just moving right along. Getting our bounce back game after the loss to West Virginia. Gonna end with 8 tackles and 1 TFL. We have another life sub each one, so we get an 89 speed now. So we just got an amazing upgrade, tidal wave. It's gonna max out our pursuit, our agility, and our 96 block shedding is crazy too. So we're playing against K-State as they're ranked number 4 and we're number 14 in the country. This is a big game for us. We're in our all white clean jerseys. Gotta love the clean white look. It looks pretty awesome. We will see what they have against this, though, but a nice little comeback route. Sitting at 4-2, I feel like that's the best we've ever been at so far since I came to the school. Remember, we had to play against Trayshawn Ward last year as he was number 1 in the Heisman for a little bit. And they're going to take a quick sack. Pump up those Iowa State fans in this crowd. I can see them over there by the end zone. And that's going to be perfect. We're going to call that timeout. Well, boys, we just scored a touchdown. I mean, we're not out of it yet, but it's not looking good. So here we are, 3rd and 7. This is a big play, and he's not going to get it. And we just drove down the field in 3 plays and scored a touchdown. We are 6 points away from this game, but it is just not looking good right now. So close to knocking off number 4, but we just could not do it in the end, as that one is going to be a heartbreaker because our offense was just so terrible the whole game until the very end. We ended up getting 7 tackles. So we're wearing our old school throwback jerseys in this game against none other than Oklahoma State. So they're 18, we're 19. Should be a good contested battle, especially for a conference match. St. Flores had a player of the week a couple weeks ago. He's having a pretty good season, and this would be a big win for us as them rated as highly as they are. So they are at 1st and goal, and they are going to throw it to the back corner of the end zone. He's wide open for a touchdown. So we will go down the field and score a touchdown right afterward, which is fantastic for us. But we need to find a way to get some stops on defense. Well, that was a terrible turn of events. We fumbled the ball, and they scoop and scored off of it, and then we got a 3 and out. Don't tell us our offense is going to be the one that loses the game for us whenever we even had a lead. Got to get this crowd into it, because right now they just are not doing much to help. They're going to run the ball. That is going to be a great play from us. Going to drop back. And he's going to throw it to the middle, and it's going to be a pick. And it's not quite going to be a return, but we get an awesome interception to change the tide of this game. So we end up turning the ball over in the red zone at like the 6. Come on, guys. Don't even know what else I can do. I get an interception to get us a chance late in the red zone. Starting to become pretty crucial that we get a stop here. Gonna run with it, and we're going to force a fumble. Then we're going to pick it up. Another takeaway by us is huge as we just forced a fumble with 2.5 minutes left. The first play after that fumble recovery was a pick 6. I can't even. We scored a touchdown then afterward, but I mean, my God, I literally don't know what else I can do in this one. And it's a 3 and out afterward. This one's heartbreaking right here because we literally just got 2 takeaways in this game. In the final 3 minutes of the game, basically, and no one was able to capitalize on it. We actually gave them points from it. That's tough. That's so tough. Ended up getting 11 tackles, a TFL, an interception, a forced fumble. We had an insane game. We ended up getting our 2nd Big 12 Player of the Week from that last game. Did you just see the rough with face paint? So we're playing TCU. They're 7-1. We're now 4-4, back to being unranked again. This has just been up and down for us each season. Makes it kind of tough to get much accomplished, only playing defense. They are up 7-0. Gonna be able to get a nice little tackle. So we end up scoring a touchdown. It's gonna put us in a much better position. Going to run with a quarterback again, and he's gonna fumble the football. It's a big hit, and we will pick it up. Then we're immediately going to turn the ball over. Our offense is selling so hard in this season. It's insane. So we hold them to a field goal, which is nice, but then we just get a 3 and out and punt it. It's a good throw over the middle. If ever there was a time to come up big on defense, it is right now. Pump this crowd up. They're going to throw it. Oh, what a dot. So we end up getting a touchdown after their touchdown and 2-point conversion, and it's still a 7-point game. Can we bail our offense out again? Is the question. If we do not, we will be on a 3-game slump right in the middle of the season, which is not at all what you want to be doing, since you pretty much want to be at your season end peak right now. And at this point, I'm not sure if we could beat a team of preschoolers. Now I'm gonna lay a huge hit on Chance Nolan. Down to 1 timeout left. Gonna lay another big hit on Shadrack Banks. That'll end it. Another one. Just a 1-possession game loss. So many of those in this season. 11 tackles is what we had for this game. So the end of this season has been very much of a letdown. And it would be amazing if we could actually get a a win or two here for the end of the season. So we might not even make a bowl. I think at this point, as a 99 overall, I'm very much contemplating declaring for the draft early. I'm projected to be a pretty high pick at this point. And I mean, the rest of the team around me doesn't seem like we're really building much of anything for me to stay for, because we can barely even win 6 games. So I might be testing my luck at the end of the season and just declaring for the draft. Seems like there's a lot more upside for me to just go right to the NFL and get paid than play one more year in college. So really at this point, we're just playing for draft stock, since we're probably just going to be going to the NFL. We've been a very decorated free safety since we've joined the league, winning a Jet Award, winning a bunch of other awards as well, and that is deflected and almost intercepted. Winning all these awards pretty much every single season really helps a lot for our draft capital. Gonna drop back and throw this thing deep to the end zone. And it's gonna get intercepted. And are we gonna be fast enough to take this thing? We might be able to take this thing. We're gonna get a pick 6. That's gonna be a huge interception from end zone to end zone for the touchdown, as Jalen Daniels tried us deep. So after that pick 6, they're back on it again. And we're going to get a nice tackle, as we knew he was going to scramble. So we scored a touchdown. We're up 21-14 as they are starting to drive down the field. And they're going to throw a nice perfect pass. Trying to pump this crowd up as we were up 2 scores, 28-14 as they throw that out of bounds. So they sub us out of the game and score a touchdown. The likely story pretty much is what always happens. That is a nice TFL. So we end up getting a field goal. We're putting a ton of pressure on them now as we're up by 10 points with 1.5 minutes in this game. It's going to be a dart to the side, nothing doing. So we're gonna win that game. That's gonna be big for us. 5 tackles, kind of low for us, but a TFL, a sack, and an interception. So 5-5 now on the season for us. We're playing against Texas Tech as they're 3-7. Hopefully we can get the win here and become bowl eligible. I feel like with the name Jake Strong, we're gonna get rolled today. Maybe we'll get a big hit on him. Okay. And it looks like they're gonna run the triple option. And I'm going to be there. And we are going to make a fantastic TFL. They take us out. They get the first. They get to the 4. All the things we come to expect of our red zone. We're going to get a big hit on the running back to hold him out. They take us out again. They score a touchdown. I wonder what my plus minus is for points, like on plays that I'm actually still in the game for. Because I feel like they hardly score when I'm in the game compared to when I'm not. I feel like I'm not blitzing on this one. I feel like they're going to need the extra help. And I'm going to get there in time. So we end up holding them to a field goal, which is awesome, especially because we just scored a touchdown on offense. So we're trimming that lead to 3. Good throw-outs. So as we drive down the field and score a touchdown, it's 14-17. Close game about halfway through the 3rd. Oh, and it's just going to be faster than we are. I thought we were able to bait him on that, and he just threw it over top of us. I should know Jake Strong is just too good. Well, they took us out for like an entire half of a drive and they scored a touchdown, so I don't know if we were just gassed or what, but them scoring a touchdown on that drive is going to make this thing real difficult, especially since they have the ball and we don't ever score more than 10 points in a game. It's going to be an interception. Could it be a pick 6? Not a pick 6. And we are gonna fail on the 4th down conversion. This is terrible. So another loss to 3-7 Texas Tech. I can't even believe what I'm looking at right now. We're just crumbling. I ended up having 11 tackles and 2 TFLs in this game, but it was not enough. I had to sit through another loss last week, and we are 5-6, and I am just tired of losing games and want to win right now. So I'm trying my best in this game to be able to just take it over completely and get this win so we can get to a bowl game. Gonna throw the ball left side. He's gonna break a tackle. We just level Keytron Jackson. I mean, thinking over my time here at Iowa State, I mean, there's just not much to say about our offense. It's just been enough to just ignore it. We've had 99 overall quarterbacks, receivers, running backs, tight ends. Generally doesn't matter. We just don't score or move the ball at all. I mean, there's been so many games this season and in previous seasons that we've literally had like 60 yards at the half or like 80 yards in the 4th quarter. Definitely a shame too, because I'm having definitely the best season of my career so far. And to have another losing season would be just terrible. Good hit by us, though. Well, 3 and out on the very first possession then. We're pretty much conceding this one already. How did they even start the... So they scored, and then how did they even start the ball right here? How does that even happen? I'm pretty sure our offense must be betting on Baylor winning the game. But I think my talents will be much better used in the NFL. And, it's a shame that we weren't able to win any bowl games here with Iowa State. But we tried our best. But, our offense just could not keep up with it. So it's gonna be sad that is pretty much the end of that. But hey, our story doesn't end here. This is really only the beginning, as we're gonna be trying our best to go to the NFL. We just got to go to the combine and try our hearts out and see if we get drafted. So Mitch Liegber from Stanford looks like they win the Heisman, and we won the Chuck Bednarik Award. We won the Jim Thorpe Award. So my stats for the end of the season, I ended up with 118 tackles. So just continually getting better and better each season with tackles. TFLs, I was at 9, a little bit down from last year. Had 7 assisted tackles, 1 sack, got 3 interceptions though, and 3 forced fumbles, along with 1 pick 6. So getting a little bit more balanced in the action over that last season. And for All-Americans, we won the first team All-American for the 3rd year in a row. And it looks like, oddly enough, Syracuse was your national champion. Wow. But like I said, this is not the end of my story. I'm going to be going to the NFL. I'm starting the combine, and we're going to see where I go. So after a long, hard 3 seasons at Iowa State, I've decided to take my efforts to the next level and declare for the NFL draft. Our first challenge was the bench press, and I've been training my heart out for this one. 18 reps, not too bad. I was pretty pleased where I ended because I tied Clark Phillips for first place in the bench press, as I'm currently projected to be a late first rounder, so we'll see if we can improve that. Next up is the 40-yard dash. 4.36 is not too bad at all, as that's going to be 5th. Next up is the broad jump, and we got to really get a good grade on this one. That 11 feet 3 inch jump was good for 3rd place. So far we've been absolutely killing it for a mid-first rounder. Next is the 20-yard shuttle. A 4.09 in the 20-yard shuttle is also good for 3rd place, as we've been absolutely killing it so far in this combine. Next, we're going to do some reaction tests. Finishing with an A for our reaction test, we're projected to land top 10. So on draft night, we got drafted the 5th overall pick to the Denver Broncos, and we're going to be signing a $30.1 million contract for 4 years. This is like an absolute dream come true. It feels incredible to be able to put on an NFL jersey for the first time. I never thought this would happen. In our first game as a starter, we were able to get 3 tackles. We would then make it to the playoffs in our first season, but we would lose to the Bills in the first round of the playoffs, 28-25. I would also go in to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, and I would finish 7th in Best Defensive Back. I would end up having 92 tackles, 2 TFLs, 1 sack, 4 interceptions, and 6 pass deflections in my first season, since they ended up moving me to strong safety since they had Justin Simmons already at the free safety spot. In our second season in the NFL, we would end up not even making the playoffs. And for stats this season, we'd end up having 82 tackles, 1 TFL, 1.5 sacks, 1 interception, and 5 deflections, so a little bit of a downslide from last season. And I'm really going to have to pick that up. In year 3, we'd end up missing the playoffs yet again, and another bit of a downside as we only had 73 tackles, 2 TFLs, 1 interception, and no pass deflections. At the end of the 4th season, we would again, for the 3rd time in a row, miss the playoffs. And this is just bringing back vibes of Iowa State, just to tell you the truth. But we only had 68 tackles, 2 TFLs, 2 interceptions, and 3 pass deflections. So I'm kind of feeling that we might need to have a scene change here. So that's exactly what we did. We decided to not re-sign our contract with Denver, and we're going to see where we end up. So we had 13 offers in the free agency, but it looks like we're probably going to sign with the Seahawks, as they are paying us one of the highest that we can get, that $107 million for 5 years, and they also had a pretty decent record last year at 10-7. It's time to see if we can recreate the Legion of Boom 2.0. And in our first full season with the Seahawks, we actually make the playoffs, and we're going to be playing against the Philadelphia Eagles in the wild card. But unfortunately, we end up losing 38-24. And for stats, we had a better season where we ended up getting 73 tackles, going back up to what we had in 2025. We had 5 TFLs though, which is a career high, 1 interception, and 4 deflections. So we were really hoping for a better season, but we ended up missing the playoffs yet again. We cannot catch a break at all. We still have yet to win our first playoff game in the NFL, but we did get 7th in the best defensive back in the NFC. We ended up having 68 tackles, 3 TFLs, 3 interceptions, and 3 pass deflections. So that's the most interceptions we've had so far in our season. So in the next season, we ended up making the playoffs again, which is awesome. We'll be playing against the Saints in the first round. We end up winning the game 28-23, so we get our first ever playoff win, and we're going to be moving on to play against the Commanders. But unfortunately, we lose 42-21 against the Commanders. That's insane. Stats-wise, we end up having 70 tackles, 3 TFLs, an interception, and 3 deflections. In the next season, we ended up missing the playoffs again, getting 76 tackles, 3 TFLs, 3 interceptions, and 3 pass deflections. And we just cannot get a break as we have just not been able to be successful so far in our career. But we were able to finish 7th again in the best defensive back in the NFC. So in the following season, we were 9-8 and we made the playoffs again playing against Dallas. And we immediately lose 38-28. Oof, this is just tough. But we end up getting 74 tackles, 2 TFLs, 1.5 sacks, no interceptions, 1 pass deflection, but we did get 3 forced fumbles this year, which is pretty awesome. So we decided to not re-sign our contract with Seattle at the end of those 5-year terms, and we're going to test free agency to see if we can get ourselves a ring before we end up retiring. We ended up getting a lot of offers, but we decided to end up signing with the Dolphins. They were 13-4 last year, and we'll see if this is the move to help us to get our first ring. Well, you can't even make this up. Going from 14-3 last year to 3-14 once we signed here. Are you kidding? We cannot catch a break. We ended up getting 70 tackles, 2 TFLs, 1 interception, but we did get 9 pass deflections, so that was pretty solid. So apparently we should have just stayed with Denver because they're 12-5 and we were 5-12, again missing the playoffs, as this is just probably the most unlucky career I could even have possibly had. But we ended up having a career high 97 tackles, 3 TFLs, and 10 deflections. Boys, we actually made it to the playoffs in the next season. We're 9-8, we're playing against the Colts. Is this the year? And guess what is happening? We're playing against our old team, the Denver Broncos. And we lose the game. That is such a sad, depressing fact. We end up having another solid year with 76 tackles, 6 TFLs, 5 interceptions, and 7 pass deflections. Well, we ended up finishing 4th for the best defensive back this year, which is the highest we've ever finished. Sad to say, though, we did not make the playoffs. But we had another season with 97 tackles, 8 TFLs, 2 interceptions, and a deflection. So after that last season, we ended up being released by the Dolphins and ended up retiring. We ended up having 2 Pro Bowl appearances in our career and led the league in interceptions once, winning Best Defensive Back in 2034 and winning Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. After retirement, I got a congratulations, Elliott. You entered the league as a first-round pick with sky-high expectations, but maybe they were too high. Early on, scouts and GMs had you pegged as a surefire Hall of Famer, but those predictions never panned out. Regardless, you had a respectable 13-year career at the highest level of the sport, and that's something to be proud of. So you ended up being the number 68th best safety of all time, having 12,650 legacy score. Just were never able to get over the hump after that first season winning Rookie of the Year. We just weren't able to get it together, and we're not on teams that had a chance of winning anything. Only end up winning 2 games, I believe, in the playoffs ever in our entire career. But that is about going to wrap up my story. Thanks guys so much for watching the whole thing. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later.